This has its own magic. This has its own magic. This has its own magic.
Welcome! Oh, he gon' This man's... Everything good, good sir? I said welcome. Okay, this is your boy.
We gotta try that again. Do it again. Do it again. Alright. Run it back. No. Don't close everything. Run it back. I mean, just bring back the welcome.
Welcome!
Hey. Gee, I was just zoned out for a little bit.
Episode 136 of Super Suit Show.
I was
your boy
zoned
Cody
out.
Toast. And zoned out over here.
Task the American ass in the building.
Task the American ass.
Task the American ass is in the building.
Yeah, that's America's. Yeah,
There's American ass.
America's ass right there.
Yes. I need a moment because I still don't think that I've recovered.
You haven't recovered.
I don't think I have.
You know, I think that I have reached a level of satisfaction that I did not understand I would get when I first saw Iron Man back in 2008.
Okay.
They took every... It's funny because as I've gone through and experienced the MCU, my expectations for movies have been raised again and again.
Yeah.
I've got questions. I've got satisfaction.
Okay.
I got answers that I've wanted. And yeah, I mean, you could tell Disney got X-Men because they went Hank McCoy on some of the timeline.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Hank McCoy.
You know what word is used a lot, and you know people complain about it, especially as geeks. We've done it here as well. That Endgame had done so well that I had to run it back a few times and be like, wow, they really tied a lot of things up here. And that word is continuity. And that word is, continuity, canon. Sometimes things happen in movies and they happen in other movies. You're like, wait, what the fuck?
What's really funny about the word continuity?
What's that?
It has both the letter D and C in it, but DC doesn't have any continuity in it.
Continuity?
Continuity. C and a D in the left. Never mind.
There's no D in continuity.
The way you say it, continuity.
What the hell are you Anyways,
Continuity.
I think I got it. It's funny because
The audio is a little fuzzy.
But while you fix that, I'm gonna see if we can keep going. I have never watched a film that ends something, but I actually feel great. I actually felt fantastic. It was satisfying. We got our ending, and I'm perfectly fine with it. I didn't think I would be fine with it. But after the second viewing, I was like, okay, I see where we're going with this.
Well, I didn't know you've seen it twice.
Saw it again last night. And I watched a lot of the movies in between, and then I came back to here, and now I have a better understanding of things.
Okay, yes.
Tracy says I'm like a really large fan. Well, it's because it's like 112 here in California.
Yeah, well, Sacramento, California.
Yeah,
It's the hottest place on the planet.
It's hot as fuck here, and I appreciate him keeping the fan on, but if
I shut it down a bit.
all gravy. For those of you who've seen Endgame, if you haven't seen Endgame, turn this off now. If you haven't, because we're gonna go ham on it. People have been hitting me up saying I got questions. Black Ice is in there. He's like, I got questions. So do I, but I got some answers as well. And I think it'd be best if we went over it today. First of all, for those of you who've seen it, did all of y'all catch the Atlantis reference?
Early on, very early on, during the first what is it, meeting with the new...
Mm-hmm, when they were having the debriefing, and they were using the same technology they've been using since Winter Soldier, with, like, the holograms, like, almost everything in this movie is a callback. Like, every single thing, and I'm pretty sure if I see it more times, I can catch more.
Yeah.
But every single thing in this film is a callback to the earlier films. And at this point, I hate to say it, for you to enjoy Endgame, you have to see every film. Because to get the full...
No, okay, not to enjoy it, but
not
to get the full experience.
To get the full experience. I mean, yeah, okay.
As you increase your knowledge of the Marvel movie library, you will further enjoy Endgame.
Exactly.
Because you are right. They tie a lot of shit back. Like,
yeah, a lot of things. But
it's funny because now the trailers make even more sense.
Exactly. For those of you who didn't catch it, when they're having the debriefing, Okoye, and I think it's important that it was Okoye who said that. Wow. She says, there's been weird underwater earthquakes that we don't know what it is, but we're going to handle it. And everyone was like, yo, do you need help? And they're like, no, we'll handle it. And I think that's important because what I've been saying forever, Wakandas are assholes.
Yeah.
They're very selfish. They don't want your help. They'll help you.
People.
What's that?
They're an isolationist people.
Yeah, they prefer to be left the fuck alone.
I mean, they saw what happened to the other niggas that got out.
Exactly.
That shit didn't go very well.
Exactly. No, exactly. I'm with you 100%. Do you also see when Carol says to War Machine, be careful?
Oh.
She looks right at War Machine and says, be careful. It was a small moment. But I caught that the second time. Because she didn't say it to everybody. They're all like, all right, we out. She looks at him and says, be careful. And he just goes,
yeah.
And then that was that.
Yeah, that was interesting. You know what I did notice, though?
What's that?
Since we're doing callbacks.
What's that?
Nobody called Cap on his language because he cursed like 3 times.
No, that's great. That's great.
Because nobody called him on it, though. What's the language, Cap?
Well, one thing I learned from this movie, both Cap and Iron Man kind of switch. Cap started doing a few things that Iron Man would have done. And Iron Man was doing things that Cap called him out on saying you wouldn't do.
Yeah.
Do you know why Thanos was successful in Infinity War? And why he was not successful this time?
United versus divided?
Close. What was Thanos willing to do that the group wasn't willing to do?
Sacrifice.
Nailed it. What was the theme in Infinity War? We don't trade lives.
Yeah.
Thanos, I'll trade a fucking life. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. I'll trade all you niggas. But he did. Exactly. When he found out.
He traded himself at the end.
Yeah, exactly. When he found out his crew was dead, he was just like, well.
It was a high toll.
Oh well.
I'm willing to pay anything for this belief.
Anyways, give me that stone. Anyways, fuck what y'all thinking.
I mean, Thanos in reality, he's a straight trap nigga. What is it? That loot, fam. I don't give no fucks. Anything for that loot.
And he got it. That's what I'm saying. And that was the big, thing that I got from this film, especially after the second time. After they realized we're not all gonna make it out of here.
Yeah.
Then they started to win. Once they realized that, like, fuck, we gotta do this. Yeah. Like, it's gonna happen. We get one chance. And that's why it was important at the end. And I'm not trying to bounce everything around, but when Doctor Strange looks at Iron Man and goes like this.
One. Yep.
I think that's what he meant when he says we win one. And that one is the one time when Iron Man decides to sacrifice himself. And this goes back to when Captain America says to him, the famous line in the first Avengers film, you're not the guy to let other people crawl over you. You're not the one to lay down on the wire. And then Iron Man says, I'd rather cut the wire. I said, yeah, you're right, nigga. I wouldn't do that. So that's what I got from it when I heard after Doctor Strange says we win one. That out of all those millions of times,
you couldn't tell him.
Yeah,
because he couldn't let you think your way out of it.
Nailed it.
You had to act on impulse.
Nailed
it. Had
it.
to be exactly. You had to dig.
Nailed it. You absolutely nailed it. You absolutely nailed it.
Especially because, like anybody else, when you're watching it, you think to yourself, damn, you had the Infinity Gems. You couldn't give yourself like regen right before the snap. You could do. No.
Yeah.
You just had to do it.
Yeah. It had to be natural. It had to be genuine. Because I feel like if Doctor Strange would have told him, he would have had like, I don't know if I should do it. So that means that his ego was so big that in those millions of endings, he didn't sacrifice himself.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. Hold up, let me wish for a giant BMW.
Oh shit.
Let me get more rich. Let me get a Mark 25.
Fun shit.
Because let's keep it 100. Yeah, Thanos was definitely in the business of whooping motherfuckers' asses.
Hey yo,
they did Thanos so right.
Can we talk about the immediate mollywop that happened in the beginning of the film? First of all, Captain Marvel's a fucking G. No more Captain Marvel slander. I'm backhanding everybody slandering Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel pulled up and said, "Let's just go get it." Yeah. And they're just like, "What?" And she was like, "Let's just fucking go and get it."
You telling me you know what a nigga see? Let's go to his house.
All this sulking shit. Nigga, let's go. And you know what? That makes sense. Captain Marvel has not experienced as much loss as they have. She's just not pulling up. Like, oh shit, what's going on? Oh, okay, let's go. Like, come on, just keep this energy going. Like, she was like the cheerleader. Nigga, let's go. Fuck all this.
Oh, yeah.
There's a few things I caught. In the beginning, Iron Man is on the ship. He's on the Guardian ship. And you notice the first thing they're doing, they're playing an old song.
Yeah.
That's in reference to Guardians. He's probably using the Zoom. Best developed character in MCU history, Nebula. Prove me wrong. Best developed. Let's be real. She's not the same person she was in the first film.
Oh, no.
So much so, even her past self was like, fuck out of here. That ain't me. Even her past self was like, nah. No way. Even her past self didn't believe in her.
Oh, no. Because I would have to say, just in comparison, because we just talked about how full circle it was, it would be Tony. We've watched Tony go full circle. And they did give us Playboy alcoholic Tony to start with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they
absolutely.
didn't shy away and give us any kind of different Tony.
Absolutely.
We really got initial freaking Tony all the way to, this is why this man was a hero.
Exactly. Okay, I'll give you that.
And the way he ended it was just too perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
The same words he began.
Yeah, I am Iron Man. Also, another sad thing when she says, when Pepper whispers in his ear and says, "You can rest now." That to me results back to after the first Avengers movie in Iron Man 3, where Iron Man could not sleep.
Yeah.
He couldn't sleep. Like, I don't think he's gotten a good day of rest since the first Avengers movie.
He had that dream too.
Yeah.
And like you said, he don't like to sleep much after that.
Exactly. And so when she said that to him, I was like, yeah, okay, I get it. She says, you can now finally rest. Yeah. Because, the world is good. Like, this all pretty much started because of you. So it's a beautiful thing. But anyways, back to that. I loved how Nebula, even in a simple thing as the football game, she's still very competitive.
Yeah.
Because that's what Thanos had instilled inside of her. Yeah. Was just that competitive nature. I have to be the best. I have to win.
That was so... She's an amazing actor.
Oh, man.
I mean, to go from... Because like I said, I saw her on a little show called Selfie First. And it was like, she was like kind of like a ditzy kind of like...
Oh, yeah, she nailed it.
Whatever girl. And then you watch her... I didn't know that was her until after I'd seen the movie and saw her pop up on like a red carpet. I was like, wait,
that's the fucking girl from Doctor Who. I saw her on that too. She was the fucking, she was the helper of Doctor Who. She went from that, and I love listening to Joe Budden podcast. He was like, wait, that was the same girl from fucking Jumanji.
Yeah.
And the other members, people in the group were like, nah, that ain't her. Like, yes, she's that good. I could argue Karen Gillan has the best range in Hollywood today. Like, who can switch like that?
Tatiana Mansley.
Who the fuck is that?
You didn't watch Orphan Black.
Anyways.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways.
I greatly apologize for having this conversation.
Endgame.
But no, she's phenomenal, dude. Karen is amazing. That Nebula is one of my favorite characters.
Absolutely.
I would easily put her in top 3 most developed.
Absolutely.
In the MCU overall.
Absolutely. The other thing I noticed, Rocket being more of a team player.
Yes. Well, because you got to remember, I mean, it was perfect. Like, you didn't lose your team. You lost your family, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, to imagine somebody who, like you said, was very much like on the, hey, I don't really do family, it's just me and the tree, to going to that and then losing them all in a way that, you know, you fought hard to prevent. Like, that's got to be rough.
Kaiju says that everyone catch the Starlin cameo. I did in the meeting. You know, they were having after the 5 years later, Jim Starlin was there. One of the Russos was there. Who was supposedly the first openly gay character. I didn't know the dude was gay.
You make great movies. I don't know.
What
you do?
I don't care.
Enjoy that.
Listen, man. I don't care if I get in trouble for this. I don't care who you're fucking. I don't care. That's just me.
Not a worry. I go through this.
I don't care.
I got notes and shit.
I know. Real shit. I know it's tough for there, but me, when it comes to this comic book shit and all that shit, I don't care. But I know that's a big deal to them, so shout out to them.
Hey, dude, I mean, more props to you. I loved your movie.
Yeah.
I love what you guys do. This is fucking great. Yeah, no, there was that little Easter egg.
So much to break down to talk about. There's a lot of them. So,
Gucci Mane lean gut Thor.
Hey, man, I want to get to that. We'll get to there. We'll get to there. I do want to bring that up because something pissed me off about, that whole situation. It had nothing to do with the movie. So, okay, so we get Bulk. I'm calling him Bulk.
Okay. Professor Hulk.
Professor Hulk. I like calling him Bulk. That's just me.
He Hulk did he?
Bulk. Probably my favorite character in the film.
He was one of the most fun.
Yeah.
He was the most. I would probably say, in a way, just for this film, he was the biggest surprise.
Absolutely.
In the film.
Absolutely.
I didn't expect, the change of personality, the way they integrated, and, they had him. It was good.
I think it was a good payoff after all these years that we got the Hulk that we all really liked. Because there are people who really, for example, my daughter and her friends, they really like Mark Ruffalo. They like Mark Ruffalo over the Hulk. They like okay, let me rephrase that. They like Bruce Banner.
Can you go back to being Puny Banner?
See, and that's pretty much how they sound. They like Mark Ruffalo. The thing is, what that involves with kids nowadays, they're really interested in what you do off camera. Your personal life is very important to them, not to us, but to the younger people it is. Mark Ruffalo does a lot of dope shit. So a lot of the younger people really fuck with him more than the Hulk. But there's people like us, get Puny Banner the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
I want
the superpower, bro.
Yeah,
I'm here for the superpower.
Yeah, fuck all that shit. Yeah. The environment, yeah.
But he's an actor. More power to you, but I ain't come to a movie theater to watch that.
Dead ass. And so
we got the best of both worlds.
We got the best of both worlds. She was happy. I was happy.
Let's go ahead and throw it out there, man. We got to do this. Luke Cage versus Bulk dab contest.
I gotta go with Bruce because Bruce ain't from the hood. Bruce wins. Bruce ain't from the hood. He ain't a hood nigga.
He is not a hood nigga.
He's green. He's not black. So I gotta give it to Hulk. I gotta give it to Professor Hulk. He was my favorite.
P Hulk.
Ant-Man, real MVP.
Ant-Man, the real MVP.
None of this would have happened if it wasn't for him.
True.
Let's keep it a buck.
Let's keep it what's got buck. If it results in them basically doing a full Hank McCoy on the timeline, is he also fully to take the
That makes perfect sense. The Scotland, he still fucks it up. He still fucks it up.
Technically, what Hank Pym did destroyed a hell of a motherfucking
shit, right?
Because let's keep it 100. What they were allowed to do, I mean, there's some little things that could have gone awry. I mean, let's keep it 100. I mean, this motherfucker really, they figured out how to go back in time.
Yeah.
And everybody cautioned them against this.
And didn't we call this? Didn't we call that after we saw Ant-Man and Wasp?
Yeah.
When she said, you'll get caught in a time vortex.
Yeah.
We've been mentioning it on this podcast forever, and I said I don't think that was said just for the fuck of it. Mm-hmm. I don't think that was said just for the fuck of it. So
we had some different theories about how they got there, but we always said it'll be solved through the quantum realm.
Right, exactly.
It will.
So So my thing is also so anyways, we go back. So Ant-Man shows up. We meet Bulk. Iron Man is there with his daughter.
Yep.
That he named Morgan. Mm-hmm. And if you remember in Infinity War, right before Doctor Strange showed up to talk to Iron Man.
Yep.
He says, I had a dream we had a daughter named after your uncle or auntie. He said something like that. And he was like, what was her name? Morgan. That little small little moment. Yep. So, like I said, throughout the whole film, they're doing callbacks.
Yep.
They're doing callbacks to everything. And I'm the type of person, I obsess over this shit. So I caught it the second time. The first time I was emotional as fuck. Second time, now that I know what's going to happen. Oh yeah, shout out to the dude to the left of me straight bawling.
Dude, I heard so many. Like the dude next to me, man, he was like, I mean, he was a seat over. Just the whole, like, probably maybe last hour of the movie. Mm-hmm. Cause this was, I mean, it was done, and like he came in like a G, you know what I'm saying? Baggy ass shirt, pants, you know what I'm saying? I was gonna drop a fucking couple verses middle of the movie.
Drop some boy. My man had tear flavored popcorn. He was crying all up into his popcorn.
Refilled the drink.
Like for fuck's sake, like the dude was just crying all of this shit. My man was. Like, if I had some tissue, I would have handed it to him. Like, my man, like, clean that up, bro.
That man went home with some Justin Timberlake.
Nah, I think we went home with some Jodeci, nigga. You fiending.
Where's that Avenger?
So they pulled up with that thing. The Avengers just pulled up on poor Thanos.
But, I mean, to Thanos' credit, you know, they did his character justice in the sense that Thanos was done. Thanos made it final. Mm-hmm. Thanos went out. He was like, "Look, I completed my mission.
Yeah, I'm done."
They pulled up on him and they was like, "Yo, bro, where the jewels?" My man said, "I got what I wanted. I wrapped it. 100%."
They tried to run the jewels on him. They tried to hit a lick on Thanos.
They ran up on him. My man was like, "Nigga, I ain't gonna fight back. Nigga, look at me. I'm all fucked up. I got one arm. I'm clinging on to life out here."
Yeah.
And then, you know, they was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna fuck you up," which total respect for doing, a very smart move.
Yeah.
But Thanos was done. And he said, "Look, I did what I came to do. I wrapped your jewels. Fuck out of here."
Yeah. They you know where it come from, that's called hitting the lick. When you just roll up on a nigga and try and take their jewels, I'm like, oh, you trying to rob this nigga, you hitting the lick. Yeah. You trying to run the jewels. You trying to run that nigga jewels and they couldn't. He's like, there's no jewels to run. There's no jewels to run.
Listen, nigga, I don't come here stacked, nigga. I ain't even bring my wallet out here.
There's no LP, there's no Big Mike, Killer Mike, there's no jewels to run. There's no run the jewels here. And I love how they go back to the scene where everyone's holding him down and someone's trying to pull the gauntlet off of him. And they were able to do it this time. And they're like, wait, there's nothing here. What the fuck?
Yeah.
There's nothing here. And so...
Yep. And I mean, like he said, you can't rob what ain't there no more. My man made it final. The nigga completed the mission. That was the most saltiest win you could ever possibly have. Yeah. Because you walked away, it was like, whoa, we got Thanos, and what? And he still won.
Nigga, we did all this. And then Thor just chops his head off. Fuck yeah.
Why not? That's why
yeah.
Why the fuck not?
Fuck yeah. And like that, the call back, I went for the head.
Yep.
He told me that you should aim for the head. This time I did. And what, nigga? Fuck it. Yep. We went all the way out here. You came all the way out here for nothing. I am inevitable.
Yep. And
if you ask me, he's still inevitable. But that's another story. We'll get there. So now we get to a completely separate film.
Want to bring Ivy in?
Oh, yeah. Bring Ivy in.
We're going to good. Next time we got a nice little break. That's right. Alright. Ringling. We are doing a guest episode as well. Look at that.
Thank you for everyone for joining us, by the way.
That beat, man. Somebody need to remix that. Yo.
What up?
Hey, welcome to our Endgame spoiler chat, where we are here discussing what people know as the greatest movie of all time ever to hit the box office.
And just to let you know, this is Toast and Task from the Super Suit Show, sir.
Just reminding you, Phony Toast and a Task, the American ass, a.k.a. Task, the old nerdy bastard, a.k.a. Up to Task, a.k.a. Mr. Task, a.k.a. Stop banning Task's name from Twitter so he can one.
I'm weak. For those of y'all who don't know, we have Ivy 182 on the line. Fan of the show, friend of the show, I mean. Been on here a lot.
Been actually here in person.
Yeah, exactly. He even pulled up. Where are you right now, sir?
I'm in Manchester, UK.
Oh, okay. Okay.
UK.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got out here about 2 days ago.
Okay.
I purposely planned this vacation to go see Endgame.
That's what's
nice. And you were able to do so.
Yeah, I saw it last night.
Okay. Initial thoughts?
I'm still drinking because of it.
What the hell are you drinking?
That is a fancy ass drink.
Is that a mimosa? Put that on the screen again, please. Let me see that.
Nah, that's got like leaves and shit.
What the fuck is that?
Why does that look like alcoholic but healthy?
Did Tarzan make that for you?
It is a mango mojito.
You're only supposed to drink those on the beach, sir. Is there sand beneath your feet right now?
Nah, I already deal with sand enough, so I'm gonna have it right.
A little change of scenery. Oh man,
That's hilarious.
So yeah, I sadly I did not get to see Captain Marvel prior to watching Endgame. I just wasn't able to catch it. I'm still gonna go see it.
Okay.
I'm glad you brought that up because one thing I do want to say. I hate to say this, but I do want to say it. I liked her better in Endgame.
You liked her better in Endgame?
In Endgame, I do. I liked her how she is. I like her better with other people. And maybe that's just more kudos to the Russo's writing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I liked her dynamic with. Because I like the feeling of A Long Kiss Goodnight, but with superpowers.
Oh no, I still like the
Captain
film.
Marvel movie.
Yeah, I still like
so
the
I kind of liked her more in that. To me, she felt really... I mean, I liked her being in it, but she definitely felt background.
Okay.
Like, she had her, like, couple little moments or whatever, but if I had seen her in this, they'd seen her in Captain Marvel, I'd kind of be thrown off a little bit more, where it's like, well, no, I got her development first, so she didn't seem off-putting. She just seemed like, this isn't your story. We're part of it, but this isn't your story.
Well, since Ivy, you're right, I agree with you, but let me ask Ivy, what did you think of Captain Marvel in the movie?
I was very surprised of how little she was in it.
You know what? So was I. But I do realize that she was filming the Captain Marvel movie at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm shocked they did the short hair with her.
I think that was good.
I loved it.
Really good on her.
I liked it. I thought that when they first announced they were doing Captain Marvel, I was like, we can't get the short hair because I think that would look terrible on screen. And now seeing it live,
especially flowing kind of the way it did with the energy around it, like made it look really like it did. I liked it. For it. I normally don't like that kind of haircut. Like it looks like a bird to me normally, but it like worked very well on her. I like the way they made it floaty. Her overall look I thought was solid in Endgame.
Yeah, I liked it. I like that because she is so powerful. I think.
Yeah.
But
when she went one-on-one with Thanos in the final act of the movie, I was really happy when they showcased her power up against him.
I loved when the ships are firing, then all of a sudden they stop and start shooting in the sky. That reminds me of the scene on The Last Jedi where, Kylo Ren was like, shoot at him! Fuck all this shit! Shoot him! Fuck all this!
One person and everything.
Yep.
Fire on that woman! Right now!
Handle that. That motherfucker said, blow it all. Like, dude, rain fire. But our troops, rain fire. Because, let's keep it 100. Scarlet was about to hand that man his ass. That battle was done. He wasn't winning that one. He was not winning that. She just said, "You will know me, sir.
Mm-hmm.
You will like that scene, bro." I kind of got jerked up a little bit that scene. I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot. You took her $1 million dildo, fam. Shit. That dildo wore a sweater, son.
Vision only $1 million. Let's give him $1 billion.
Yeah, I forget. Like, okay, $2 billion.
What's that?
Maybe it's used.
I got everything I was hoping to see in this movie except one thing, but I don't even care about that anymore now.
What is it? What is it?
What didn't you get?
What I was hoping to see were Cap's shield getting broken.
What?
That happened.
That happened.
Captain wielding Mjolnir, which happened. I wanted to see Pepper Potts joining the battle in her own suit as rescue.
Yeah.
Is that what she called it?
Mm-hmm.
I was really fucking happy with that. The only other thing that I was kind of hoping to see would have been Nebula putting on the gauntlet.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was going to happen when she burned her hand off.
Same.
Because, when they were talking about, like, radiation and energy and, they had her transfer it back, I figured they might let her because she's mostly cybernetic.
Exactly.
And, he watched, what's his name? War Machine watched her just put her hand through.
Mm-hmm.
And, just
that was
not
a
even
crazy scene. That was crazy. That was nuts. One thing I did recognize, because it confused me the first time I watched it, but then I went back and watched other films, and then I watched it again. Professor Hulk says, "No, let me do the snap." He says, "I felt like I was built for this." That confused me at first, because I'm like, why would you say you're built for this? Then I watched the first Avengers movie, and I forgot when they were first looking at the Tesseract, the professor from Thor says it's giving off gamma radiation.
Yeah.
That was the reason why they brought Bruce in the first place. They were like, dude, we need you to experiment on this.
Yeah, it was a throwback. That's why he also said, it's mostly gamma radiation that's giving off with this intense radiation, so it would just make sense.
Yeah, so I appreciate that, because at first I was confused, because when he said that, I was like, when was that? But then again, you gotta remember, I haven't seen all those movies in a long time, so I went back, and then I was like, oh, they say it right here, that it gives off gamma radiation.
Yeah.
And I remember that part where he says, it's nothing harmful, just blah, 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 gamma radiation. And Nick Fury says, that can be harmful. like things like that. So, let me ask.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You got a question. I was going to say, well, let's double back, because we're actually venturing way into the end of the movie.
Yeah, you're right. No, let's double back then. So, where are we? So they had the debriefing. A lot of people were saying that the part where, right after the 5-year mark, it was slow.
They slowed down to give us some story, because they had to bring people back. They had to put together what they were going to do.
Yeah.
So it's basically like it's like a heist movie. You're setting up the heist.
Yeah.
So you initially, in almost every heist movie, when you think about the way they're laid out, you have the initial, normally the last robbery, right? And you start it when it's going bad. Then you all of a sudden have the people locked up. Then, while they're in the shit, they come up with a new plan. Mm-hmm. Then people get out, they put the band back together, and then they go for the last heist. And the last heist, it's like Ocean's 11 with 45, 50 fucking heroes.
No, absolutely. Go ahead.
They brought back, because, finally Scott Lang came back, so he had to get his whole story done and then get caught up with everyone else on what happened. And then, it was clear that everyone was just kind of gone their own ways.
Yeah, they already, like you said, what other finality could you possibly have? At that point they had no other win, because they didn't have a time stone anymore. Mm-hmm. So time travel was never really an option for them, because they didn't have pin particles to be able to play with. So it's kind of like, at some point you got to just hold the L.
Yeah, and they held it for 5 years. Now, to me, it wasn't just to, get the story. I also think they were setting the mood. Because when it comes to, like I said, I over-obsess over these things. One thing I noticed was that they used different filter for the 5 years later. It was a more darker filter.
Yeah, it was like a dark grayish kind of.
Yeah, they did that on purpose, and it was to make it
I think the purpose was to slow it down, to make you think, wow, this fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Like,
let you all soak it in on how shitty everyone feels now in their lives.
Yeah.
Even though they're trying to move, it's just kind of like, like that whole scene with Steve and the group, just finding reasons to keep going forward.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think about what happened. I mean, literally half of everything. I mean, that's not like, okay, that's not just, the people. You got to think about businesses. You got to think about food, farmland. You got to think about all the things that have been utterly destroyed. I mean, 5 years is a lot of time for that to cascade and just get worse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, think about, how many people lost, lost their, everything in their lives. I mean, think about Clint. Clint had, four other people? He had 3 kids and a wife. All gone.
Yeah.
Like, dude, what's the balance in that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Ant-Man coming back, I think there was that rat that was in there that hit the button or something. Yeah. That brought him back.
Yeah, that rat. Everybody in the universe owes their lives to that rat.
I was going to say, shout out to the rat.
That's Mr. Mind's cousin.
Did you catch the Atlantis reference, sir?
Oh, hell yeah. Oh man, dude! Like, I'm glad that they finally referenced that.
Give me my name more, please. I've been waiting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Stop bullshitting with me.
Oh, Superman.
Give me my name more. We need some more females, though.
There's not enough blonde. Well, Captain Marvel's blonde.
Oh, she is.
I like the short hair, Miss Danvers.
Because Namor needs some girls to steal. That's just part of his powers.
I mean, you saw
breathing underwater.
Well, he might have a whole force.
Yo, let's not skip. You said it.
That's why I went the alternate route with this.
But I do love that little nod that Disney did, just to say, "Hey, y'all fucking with this? Are y'all fucking with this concept? But if you're fucking with this concept,
it's coming."
Like I literally feel like they did that just to say,
that needs to be a poster. Why is that? That needs to be a poster.
More people need to watch it.
Are you talking about that one shot with all the women together at the fight at the end?
Yeah. I don't think that was done just for fun.
No, that was very intentional.
That's fucking A-Force.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Carol didn't need anybody to block.
That's what made it funny, because I'm like, Carol, you don't need these other women. But this is a cool moment.
It's good that you're all together and doing that, but let's keep it 100. You can get to the end zone by yourself right now.
I'm completely for it. I'm all for the shit. Keep in mind, that was cool. But anyways, one thing I don't think a lot of people caught, I caught it the second time. But when they were doing the debriefing and they were all holograms. And they were all like, all right, we're gone. Carol turns to War Machine and says, be careful. And just disappears.
Okay, yeah, I saw that and I was like, so what you two been doing for 5 years?
I know it's been 5 years. Ow!
You know she likes some shortcuts. Buddy, like, hey, go ahead and slick that back. Yeah, girl.
Well, he's military.
She bullshit. She's like, so where you been at? Oh, yeah, I've been off planet. I've been taking you off world, girl. She'd have been taking it out of space, man.
I'm all for it. I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. So we get that part. So Ant-Man finally shows up.
Yeah.
I love that he's hella hungry. He's all explaining everything. Is that your sandwich? I didn't eat the sandwich.
I really liked how he's trying to explain quantum physics, quantum mechanics, all that crap. I'm like, Scott, I don't think you actually know what you're talking about.
No, but in this situation, he's the expert. In this situation, he was.
You know what's weird about it, though? Is technically, right now, at that point, he's Iron Man. Because think about it. He's got this thought stuck in his head that he's trying to deal with and get out.
Yeah.
And basically, it's what's supposed to happen.
Okay.
Because think about it. He comes back, and he could have gone back. Okay, I got my daughter. These people are missing. And just like, that's that. But he's like, no. I don't just want to save them. I have this thought in my head. Like, I can't get it out of my head. He has no understanding of quantum mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
It's rudimentary at best. They always just laughed at him for how dumb he was in the conversations.
Exactly.
And he literally is like, no, there's something here. We have to be able to do this. He's basically like Iron Man in that moment.
Yeah. Especially when he realized that it's been 5 years. Because like he said, it's only been 5 hours for me. So, like, it's only been, the time works completely different there. So I thought that was important. His band, I love Ant-Man and Captain America together for some reason. Like, I'm all for it. I feel like
that whole little play off each other is great is because of how Scott acts like such a little fanboy.
Yes, exactly.
He loves you. Yeah, he loves
Hero.
you.
I mean, I always tell people the reason why I like Scott Lang is because out of everybody there, everybody's some kind of trained assassin. Or trained military guy, and then there's a Scott. He's just like, I can't believe that I'm here.
So what do you do? Well, I spent some time over at Penn State. The college? No. The penitentiary. And what else? I got a homie who's really good at telling stories.
And I got fired from Baskin Robbins.
You know what would have been adult credits? If they would have had homeboy narrating.
I'm shocked they didn't do that. I'm shocked
he should have narrated. Oh man, Cap 1, you gotta see Cap 1. It's the dopest movie ever. And just go through them one by one.
Yeah, no, it was also just fun, like, using the whole heist theme for that part of the film. When they, when they say it's gonna be a time heist.
Yeah. I mean, the whole movie was basically like It was like a long Ocean's 52.
It was like Ocean's 8. Was it? Yeah. Ocean's Avengers. Like
Ocean's Avengers.
Ocean's Avengers.
Caps Avengers. That's how probably. I would be surprised they had that as like a working title on the board. But I mean, yeah, all the way down to through the whole movie, it was pretty much
a heist film.
Yeah, it was a heist film.
I can agree 100% with that.
How we gonna jack this fool? Like, you had to go back through time and space to check this in his jewels. But like you were saying earlier about like them being able to pull up on Thanos, You gotta remember. So now we're going into them putting together the time portal, the time heist. So essentially, what ends up happening is they go to Tony. They go to Tony, and Tony's like, "Hey, look, bro, I'm living. I don't need the smoke. I don't need this problem. I don't need any issues." And once again, we get what Taz talked about earlier. We get that indication that you don't rest well.
Yeah.
And now you've got another thought in your head, and it's going to be even worse. And Pepper knows this. Like, I think she even more than him understands, like, this is who you are. You're not Tony Stark. You're Iron Man. Much like the long-time Batman debate. Like, there is no Bruce Wayne. You've been Batman for a long time. You've been Batman since your parents, since your kids died. Since you put on that suit of armor, since you had that, the shrapnel on your chest, you've been Iron Man. Yeah. That's who you are.
No, exactly. I watching this scene the second time, at first he moves him off, like, no, dude, I want no part of this. And you notice it goes to nighttime. And Pepper says, I'm going to bed. Tony can't go to bed now. Because at first he's like, we can't do this. That can't be done. We can't do this. Or can it? And he can't go to sleep till he tries to see if it'll work. And then he finds out it will work. And you could tell that he was conflicted. Because there's a part of him that's like, oh my God, I could do this. And then there's another part that he was like, oh my God, I could do this. Like, but I'm happy.
Yeah. I live in a log cabin now. I got my girl. I got my kid. Like, I've got all the money one could want. Do you see that Audi? I mean, Audi put in a pretty penny for this movie, by the way. Everybody.
Oh yeah.
That was the only car you saw on the streets.
Shout out to the throwback to, I think, the first Avengers movie, where Iron Man pulling up in a fucking sports car, pulling up a cap with a sports car. Like, I'm like, what a fucking scene straight out. Everything was like a throwback. Like, that scene, like him pulling up in a car.
Yep. So, alright, so we're at the, Tony can't sleep, Tony's conflicted, and then he figures out they can do it.
Yeah. And so then he's like, alright, let's go, let's do it, and, they get the team together.
Don't forget, Banner decides to try, and they have a lot of fun with it. But at the same time, I'm with Banner, because he has the beast look on his face. What? That's a success! I mean, the motherfucker aged and came back time travel.
It's like time travel. Hey. He turned into a baby. He turned into old. He turned.
Yeah, it was perfect.
So fun time. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, his stand-up part was great.
Oh yeah. Okay. So So we get to we got to get the team together.
Yep. R.I.P. Ant-Man's tacos.
And then Iron Man then Hulk pulls up with the fucking the Taco Bell party pack with like 10 tacos in there. He just pulls them out, give it to him.
That was not Taco Bell, man. I saw them tacos. They look like some actual tacos.
I just like when he gave it to him, like Ant-Man's looking at, like, dude, your big ass nasty hands just touch these tacos. What the fuck?
Because like you said though, and it's perfect. Ant-Man is totally that guy, like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, literally, a talking raccoon and a, space alien woman pull up to you as the Hulk walks by to hand you fucking tacos. Like, how do you, and the best part is, like, you're not even in your Ant-Man suit, you're not small or big or anything like that. You're just sitting there.
He was just sitting outside.
Yeah, trying to eat a taco. This is your day.
And fucking War Machine, you can tell War Machine's still kind of pissed at him.
Yeah.
War Machine fucked his taco up on purpose. He just pulled up on it. I'd probably do that shit too. Like, nigga, you threw me. Okay? Yeah. You threw me in Civil War. Fuck you.
You literally threw me. Fuck you. My motherfucker's lucky vision ain't here.
And so I like that part. Black Widow, I didn't really understand. I mean, I got it, that, she wanted to help Clint. But she was really adamant in doing so. Like, no, I have to go help Clint. Yeah. And I remember now, in the first Avengers movie, when Hawkeye was compromised. And she was really like, no, I gotta go help him. No, I gotta go help him. No, we can't kill him. We have to help him. Yeah. And then she reveals, he was sent to kill me. I completely forgot that. It was a small moment where she said it, and then proceeded on. Yeah. But she says, Hawkeye was sent to kill me and saw something in me. Which he also did. Oh, go ahead.
Those two just work so damn well together on screen.
Facts. Yeah. They work well together. So she had to go and see the good in him. So, like you said, they work so well together. Go ahead, Lee.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, they not only work well together, but like you said, it's like, you could tell, she felt like she could do more out of the first battle. Like, it seemed like she felt like there was something else she was put there for. And you got to remember, like, especially when you look at it too, her entire second chance she owed to Clint in her life. So she felt like she owed him life that. But she also, took it as far as like, well, yeah, I mean, look who has and look who doesn't have. Like, I just have me. I could sacrifice me. If you sacrifice, you're sacrificing a father for their kids. Yeah. You know what I mean? And one of the first things that Red Skull led with was her father's name, which she didn't even know. So you got to think as that's going through her head. She's like, yeah, I mean, I don't really have family other than, what you guys have given me.
Yeah. That was crazy when he mentions the dad's name. Like, and he was like, how you guys telling the truth? I don't know that nigga's name. That's why I know he's telling the truth. I don't even know his name.
But that sounds right.
That whole little fight scene, the race to suicide was just... Yeah. I think it was done so damn well. And the shot where Clint picks up the Mind Stone, or the Soul Stone, it's fucking beautiful, man.
Can I ask you guys something? Huh. Is Black Widow in the Soul Stone?
Is Black Widow in the Soul Stone? I don't know.
Gamora was there.
Well, technically, that was an image placed in front of... I mean, that might not have been Gamora. That might have just been an image placed in front of Thanos.
Okay.
So it could be and it couldn't. It's a 50-50.
Also, another reason that made me say that was at the end. I know we're bouncing back and forth. I'm trying not to, but I think this point, I want to get this off because I don't want to forget it. I think it was Witch talking to Hawkeye. She says, he said, I wish Widow was here to see it, and Widow says, she knows, they both know. So I'm like, okay, is she talking about Gamora that's in there with her? Because like we talked about, Scarlet Witch has a connection to the stones.
All right.
They experimented on her with the stones, so she says she knows they both know. So I'm like, okay, is she talking about Gamora or is she talking about Vision?
Well, I mean, technically it could be both. Because they have a connect. Because if you think about it, she has a connection to the stones like that.
Right.
Then you would think that Vision One has a connection to the stone because he's from one of the stones.
He is basically the stone.
Yeah, he's basically the stone.
Okay.
And then Black Widow would technically now be part of the Soul Stone to a degree. But at the same time, why wouldn't Black Widow be back? Because you got to think about it.
Okay.
And here's one of the.
I can't wait to answer this. Go ahead.
Even though the Infinity Stones are supposed to be like, constant throughout time and space, right? When they went back in time in 2014, there was still a Gamora in one of the universes. They were able to bring that Gamora into this reality in this time.
What a great way to bring back Gamora without actually bringing her back, by the way. I like that.
Yeah.
But when Steve went to go run the jewels back, well, I mean, he has to put the Soul Stone back.
This is
so
true.
Technically the Soul Stone's still waiting on sacrifice. Why wouldn't you just pull up right before they jumped off the cliff and be like, oh yeah, hey, no, I don't need this no more.
I don't need this no more. I mean, honestly, that's another thing.
Because the Gamora thing makes that possible.
Exactly, but we don't know what Cap went through to put it all back. Now, because like you said, like we don't need the Soul Stone no more, so that's what I'm thinking the next phase is going to be.
If he changed more stuff, he totally went more Hank Pym,
absolutely,
or Hank McCoy on the timeline.
I believe it.
Because
I believe he did.
One of the things that makes it fucked up is the fact that he didn't go back with Tony and the others makes them add a whole nother set of events.
Yeah.
So now they're going back to a time where the others went back to put the stones back again.
Yeah.
But technically would still be trying to heist the stones to stay in their reality.
Like there's so many different fucked up timelines and shit that's going on, but
that's why the whole time travel thing is always like you try. It's like every time in any story, it's always like when you do time travel, even though you put everything back the way it was, like something changes.
They didn't put. No, that's the problem. Is with time travel to work properly, you have to basically be able to draw a line. And you have to complete that line segment without it branching out anymore. So the entire time, and that's why when if they wouldn't have had the Ancient One, which was one of the other branching kind of where we're at right now, the Ancient One lays out time, who would be technically the time expert, having spent the most time with time stone. Yeah. She lays it out as linear and says any changes you make deviate off. And her big problem within that equation was, if you have my deviation without this time stone, something's going to come here and it's going to stop it. Maybe a Dormammu or something else. You can't take my weapon. I can't let you have that. But at the same time, what she said is still factual, that any events that you guys change are going to create an alternate reality. Technically, by them going back, you created an alternate reality.
Yeah, she already did it.
Yeah, you're creating a reality that you never went back in. So,
and speaking of that moment, I really, really liked that moment because one of the things people were asking is, if this bitch has been here all this time, where was she during the attack of New York? Turns out she was there. She was there, like
protecting the sanctum.
Protecting the sanctum.
Because this is just an alien invasion. Dormammu has conquered multiple dimensions already, and he wants to kill everything. This nigga show up, he just want to kill half. That ain't that bad.
Like this whole city can be burnt to ashes as long as the sanctum.
As long as the sanctum is here, we should have. And not only that, but he still got to come through for this time gem.
I mean, that's crazy. She already knows about Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting take. Because one can ask, when does Doctor Strange's movie take place?
Well, she said, if they went back and that was in 2012, 9 years later. Because she said, you're 9 years too early. Because Doctor Strange wasn't there for 9 years.
But then she said you were 5 years too early?
I thought she said you're 9 years too
early. I could be wrong. Okay. Okay, you're right. She does say that early.
Technically, it would be around 2018, 2019. Because remember, he had at least probably a year, maybe two. We don't know how long he was training before he became Doctor Strange of the New York Sanctum. So you could imagine it could have been, that 9 years, it could have been 7 years. She could have been talking a couple years off from when he went. So he could have been there 2017, the actual year.
I get it. Now, to answer your question about, the Black Widow thing, it reminded me. First of all, there was a lot of nods to Secret Empire in this film.
Okay.
A few nods here and there. I do remember Widow died in Secret Empire. She was killed. And then I remember at the end, Bruce saying, I really tried to bring her back. But I guess I didn't. What if he did? And she just didn't come with... What was that? I was just saying, what if he did and she just didn't show up to the battle? Because that's what happened in the books. In the books, with Hawkeye was like, there's a lot of assassins going on, and it's got to be Natasha. Like, I know Natasha. It's got to be her.
Yeah.
And so, what if because we're getting a Black Widow movie.
Yeah, but I think it's going to take place earlier.
Do you think it's going to take place earlier?
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be post-Endgame.
Okay.
Mainly because I think her best storylines involve her with the Red Room and being that Soviet spy, giving her that different angle.
Can we still have that? Can we have both?
After the fact?
Can they show her origin and then go to the future?
I mean, they could.
Future in the sequel.
But I don't know. I definitely think they're going to give us more of a little comrade and kind of give us a little throwback.
So you want this to be a rap?
Huh?
You want this to be a rap?
Because I don't see a future for Black Widow in the movie.
Okay.
So I think if they're going to do a piece for her, it's going to be a period piece. It's going to be something that they can call their own to make it better.
So then
the tie-ins needed for a future movie are kind of, you don't need to.
So that would mean that something has to happen in the Black Widow movie. It can't just be a movie and then ends and then nothing really affects it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you could tie it into earlier events. Think about Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel, you tied into much earlier events. So
yeah,
you could tie her into, like, Winter Soldier or something, because he was captured, and you could tie her somehow into that event.
Well, you're right, because she does say, and I don't think they ever got a chance to resolve that, she does say in Civil War, at least you could do is remember me.
Yeah.
But he was choking her. Mm-hmm. He said, at least you could do is remember me.
Or you could do even one better. You can give us both Winter Soldier and Hawkeye and give us what happened in Budapest.
I'm 100% with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That would be very, very cool.
Does Hawkeye... Oh, yeah, he does. He does. I was going to say, does Hawkeye know about Winter Soldier? But yeah, he does. Okay.
Would you like the idea of if Widow was brought back, but her state of mind is prior to being with S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I'm okay with that as her being Russia's assassin from the Red Room. I can see that.
Yeah, like she's just, just back in her old ways because that's just where her mind is now.
Yeah, could be interesting.
Yeah,
I can see that.
I mean, they're saying the next phase of Marvel is going to be completely different than this phase. It's going to have a different feel and everything. So, which I'm all for. Oh, go ahead.
And like you said, like there's still that whole thing of what if Gamora and Widow are in the Soul Stone. If I remember right,
not Gamora walking around.
It's like its own like crazy world, right?
Yeah,
Soul World.
This is whole crazy Soul World.
Yeah, it's called Soul World. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I don't know. Do you think we can get like a part of like some sort of play of the Soul World when Adam Warlock gets introduced?
Which he's still supposed to be being introduced. That's another thing as well.
But I mean, it'll be interesting to see how that kind of pans out because one, we already have a Gamora on the outside.
We do.
So there's really, unless they do something with that Gamora, I'm not really sure. Yeah, I'm not really sure what we could see out of that. Like, why would you have two Gamoras? Are we going to do an evil Gamora? Are we going to get the...
I'm okay with evil Gamora.
Is Soul World going to be tethered to, what was it called in the universe that Thanos had to destroy?
I know what you're talking about. I forgot his name. What'd you say, Ivy?
Is she evil, though? Like...
She evil as shit. Don't do that. Don't do that. She's evil as shit. Shout out to the Comic Crusaders, by the way. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for tuning in.
And the Geeky Nerd says, I love MCU 3000. So do we.
Yes.
Yes. But I'll say that Guardians Volume 3 will definitely be interesting.
And now they have more time to make changes.
Volume 3 of Guardians, Thor's gut goes to space.
Did we call that? Did we call that?
Yep. All this man.
Can I get my flowers? Can I get my flowers? I've been saying for over a said I see Thor being used. People want more Thor. Let me rephrase. They want more of this Thor. Yeah. They want more funny Thor. Because it took them years, but Chris Hemsworth has finally found his bag.
Yep.
With Thor. Because the first, if you watch Thor 1 and 2, that is not the same Thor.
No.
It's not at all.
I think when they had those scenes with him and Hulk in the first Avengers, they kind of started to realize, like, yeah, you need to have fun with this character. He's a fucking Viking.
I agree. And Chris Hemsworth has great comedic timing. And I think that they found his bag, but now people want more of it, but they're like, that was the last Thor movie.
Well, let's go ahead and combine two things that people seem to like. Quill and Thor.
Exactly. And that was the most talked about moments in the film in Infinity War involved the Guardians and Thor.
Yeah.
The most talked about moments. So let's be real. I said, why get rid of that?
Dude, new Gamora is gonna be all on Thor. She's like, why would I settle for this when I can have this? Because remember what's it called? Nebula said, well, it was either him or the tree.
Shout out to Nebula. I know Ivy loves Nebula.
But even in Infinity War, when Thor bumped into their ship and they picked him up, he's laying on the table, and Gamora is just like, yeah, he his body feels like he was already like, she was admiring him already right there.
Yeah, and Quill was like, stop massaging his shoulders. Like, the fuck are you doing?
I mean, that is a perfect setup. We are definitely in for a treat.
We called it because when the smoke clears, Asgardians are just aliens.
Because it was going to go one way or another. Either the Guardians were going to go join in a Thor movie, or Thor was going to join in the Guardians movie. When they got Gunn back, it was clear that Thor's going to be going the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I don't think that was originally the idea at first. I don't think the original idea was to have more Thor.
No, not at all. But now they get something even better.
No, you're right.
They get Guardians Thor.
I bet you Gunn came back and Gunn was like, yo, let me get Thor. I wrote him already. Like, all the dialogue with him and the Guardians was Gunn. That was Gunn writing that.
No.
So Gunn already knows what to do. So he's like, let me just keep doing that.
Are we sure 2014 Gamora is still walking around and she gets snapped away by Tony? If not, how did she get off world? This is Gamora. She's the daughter of Thanos. Yeah, she goes on off world. She can hide. She ain't no punk.
I see her hiding in the ship.
She's literally trained for galactic conquest.
Yes.
Getting off world is not going to be an issue, or staying on world and hanging out.
Absolutely. Let me get I've been waiting.
Are we going to get Valkyrie, Queen of Asgard, the movie?
Yeah, in the A-Force film.
In the A-Force film? The inevitable A-Force.
We get an A-Force. I do want to talk about Thor. First of all,
Thor or Thor's gut?
Both. First of all, wow, what a thing to hide.
He wasn't hiding that.
Oh no, I'm talking about the creators and the writers and everybody hiding that.
They hid this movie.
Well, yeah, because they filmed it like 3 years ago, like 2 or 3 years ago. Like, the film's been done.
Like, how do you hold on to that secret?
But I wonder, it looked real. Did he really gain that weight?
No.
Okay, of course not. But
you've seen him in interviews and stuff since then.
No, that's true. You're right. Well, either way, shout out to them.
I mean, dude, the way they de-age people now, it's like, yeah, you could add some weight.
I guess, yeah. But it didn't look real. It didn't make me. It didn't make me feel like, oh, I can see the CGI in this. I felt like, yo, did this nigga really just gain like some weight? Because that is a thing that people do. Ask Christian Bale.
Yeah.
It's a thing people do. But anyways, that was a great surprise. I guess that scene.
Big Odinlowski.
The Thor Lebowski. I don't know if you know about this, Ivy. So I guess people are upset about that.
I've heard. I saw some little postings. About
being fat?
Yes.
About technically fat shaming, as people want to call it. As a person who's been like 300-something pounds and drank a lot, I didn't see it.
And as a person who is fucking over 300 pounds, fuck out of here. I'm gonna, I'm trying to be sensitive. Talk to me.
It was like, dudes, the guy just went into deep depression.
Thank you.
Very up for beer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My thing is, I'm trying to understand that, I can't tell people how to feel, and I get that, but don't try to make it make sense to me because it doesn't. Like I said, someone tried to get on me on that, and I said, so you mean to tell me people don't get depressed and gain weight? Because you're looking at one now.
No.
You're looking at one right now.
No, that doesn't happen.
That doesn't happen.
We're a unicorn.
I'm like, is that not a thing that happens? Also, what's wrong with that? And to me, they never made fun of his weight.
Yeah.
They never made fun of his weight.
No, they pull out the scenes where like his mom told him eat a salad.
But how is that making fun?
That's not supposed to care about your child.
My mother told me to eat a fucking salad all the goddamn time. My mom would be like, "When's the last time you ate a vegetable?" Is she making fun of me? No, I eat hella fried chicken. She wants to understand. So that's what I said. I was like, so you're mad that a mother is concerned that her son that she's known her whole life to not be overweight is all of a sudden overweight.
Here, you want to know what's funny? What's really interesting about this smoke is I remember about a month ago when Shazam came out, and people were giving smoke about the kid who was overweight, all of a sudden becoming all buff. And saying, "Oh, you guys are fat shaming because you had to make him all buff and be a superhero." Now we got a superhero that's whooping people's ass,
and he was still big.
And it's still big. Yeah. And now people still got a problem.
That's what other thing I said to the person. I said I could kind of get your point if they made him. He wasn't able to do what he was supposed to do because he was fat. Then he lost the weight and was able to do so. Then I get your point. But that's not what happened. He was fat as fuck the whole film.
He was fat as fuck the whole film. He still went into battle now, not just holding one axe or one hammer. He was holding an arm and hammer.
Dual hammer.
Dual hammering. It was motherfucking hammer time. I want to take when I get a hold of that movie, I'm clipping out and I'm doing hammer time to motherfucking Cap and the Thor getting them hammers and playing hammer games.
I'm with it 1,000%. I feel like how it should have ended should have done that. Like I said, I'm trying to be like, all right, I can't tell y'all what to think. However, I'm like, but that's not true. Like, the thought you have, there's a difference between this made me feel like this and this is what happened.
I want to put back on some weight just to be like, as a fat person, I don't support this message.
You don't have to. I'm fat as fuck. And I'll be the first nigga to say, fuck out of here. Like, but then again, I'm not as sensitive about my weight. So, once again, I'm trying hard here to not go off on these niggas.
Because, like, how you going to have a problem on both ends?
I felt that after even seeing Thor the way he is right now, being fat and everything, pretty sure he'll still pull ladies after they see how he fucking went into a badass mode when he fought Thanos.
My man, you nailed it. My man gonna go across the galaxy and banging all types of green, yellow, and purple chicks. Like, Thor gonna be alright.
Well, he's probably gonna lose the weight and people gonna be mad. Why you make him skinny again? He's been across the galaxy fighting battles now.
God,
you don't think that's gonna help his weight? I tell people, hey, look, go from planet to planet, swing around a big ass hammer all the motherfucking time. Use that shit to make you fly. Use that shit to hit people, and tell me you don't lose a few pounds. It's gonna happen. You stop swinging the hammer and just drink beer. Guess what's gonna happen?
Ghost Rider, my man. He said,
and play Fortnite.
I think Thor on the Guardians could lead well to better. You goddamn right. What the fuck I'm talking about?
Whoa.
Give me my Gatorade, bitch.
Is Thor gonna give up the hammer?
Yeah, he's gonna have to.
Because Thor ain't got two hammers on
the Gatorade's gonna palm his fade, just like the books, and he's gonna get the hammer or the axe or whatever it is. Stormbreaker. That's what's gonna happen. I'm calling it.
You think Thor's gonna head back to the planet, get some more pit particles, and go
back in time?
No, Steve, stop! Don't go back. Now you go. Because you got to think about it. Like, if they didn't win, that's totally fucked up because technically Thor stole his own hammer from the Battle of Malekith.
That's what I was saying. I was thinking that too. I was like, you just took your own hammer from yourself. Oh, my bad. But then again, Cap did go back with the hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took it back.
They did.
So, okay.
Yeah, so that battle could still happen. There's only a few things that technically Cap wouldn't go back and be able to undo. Because, like, for example, since we're about to this part, Loki got the Tesseract in 2012.
And now we see how he has a show.
Now we see how he has a show because he didn't go to Asgard in prison. Yeah. So that's a big deviation in the timeline. Because remember, he went to prison on Asgard, so he's technically, even though he returned the hammer, he's not there for the Battle of Malekith.
Facts. Because
you know he don't want that smoke.
No. They pretty much set up every Disney Plus show.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Poor Tom Hiddleston, he had to come back to do the movie just to be in a scene where he's chained up.
That's all right.
Pick up and that's it.
That's all right. That's okay. That's okay. And that's okay because he is Loki.
Yeah.
Like nigga, put the Loki symbol in the sky.
Yeah.
Put it in the sky.
Resurrection. and man, he saw the opportunity, he went real quick. I'm out.
I was like, my man, because I was thinking that in my head when I first saw it. I said, what's stopping Loki from just grabbing it and dipping?
Yeah.
And then that's exactly what happened.
You know what's funny? They did a good job about in this movie, speaking of that. They did a good job of making scenes that just made sense. Mm-hmm. So there was a lot of times where, there's like, well, why the fuck wouldn't you just do that? Mm-hmm. And that was one of those good times. Mm-hmm. Just like later on, and we'll talk about the final battle, when Thanos pulls up. Like, I hate when people pull up, and you're outside their spot, and they're outside your spot, and you totally have the high ground, and they just like, let's all teleport down and then do battle stances. This motherfucker said no.
Oh yeah. Shit. Oh yeah. To me, that scene, once again, I say, if I watch that movie enough times, I could probably take every single scene and relate it to something in the MCU. That scene reminded me from Iron Man 3.
Oh, yeah.
When he just pulled up with that thing and just shot the fucking place up.
Yep.
Fuck all this shit.
It was like, shit, we're going Mandarin on that ass. Let's get it. But, they had a...
I'm weak. The geeky nerd said Thor making cosplay low-key easy for some of us.
Hey, dude, fam, y'all gonna get confused as fuck because you're gonna see a whole bunch of Big Lebowskis at Comic-Con.
Yo, he's fat and white. I'm jealous. He's just gonna pull up. There's gonna be a Lebowski Thor at Comic-Con this year. I'm calling now. I was getting the robe.
There's gonna be a whole legion. There's gonna be, hey, you wanna see your Thor corpse?
There's gonna be motherfuckers in robes drinking White Russians and glasses. Have you seen the Big Lebowski?
Yeah.
Better have. Shit. That's probably top 5 films for me. Like, when Lebowski's on, I will watch that movie.
Yeah. Everybody will watch that movie.
I would watch it right now. If you put it on right now, I would watch it. I'm like, yeah, we talking about this shit.
Yeah, we watching ENDGAME, but this was the Lebowski though.
The Thanos. Oh, go ahead.
Thanos attack reminded me of No Surrender, and the Black Order blew up the Avengers Mansion.
Yeah, facts. All of this is facts.
Yeah. The way they pulled up was perfect. Let's go back. So in the time heist, they did have a couple of moments where they kind of did technically fuck things. Because when you think about it, they've now added on multiple timelines. So the way the timelines branched out, you could say that they could maybe have as many as 12 different incidents that cause different timelines to branch off.
I could agree.
Which could definitely go into what if shows. But
that's what I see.
Are things that are big changes. So, for example, the fact that they all went to different points to get the Infinity Stones and only one person went back to technically put them back means that each of them still went to go do that.
Yeah.
And only one person went back at a later date at a different time with different motivations. So everything that they would have still done technically would still have to be done for the timeline to work.
That movie made me want another Captain America movie of him putting the stones back. Like, that's a whole nother film.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother film.
It would be perfect, though?
What's that?
It's technically like Secret War. Because think about him going back and having to deal with everything. You could have him actually, like, having different fights. You could have him shutting Hydra down, trying to shut Hydra down and shit earlier.
That'd be great.
Dude, that scene, Hail Hydra.
Yo.
So perfect.
Dude. Oh my god.
Somebody is triggered. When I saw that scene, I was thinking in my head, somebody in the world right now is pissed the fuck off.
Because I was so happy that they have to be by cause pissed off.
What'd you say, Ivy?
Glad they're pissed off.
Yes, let them be mad. When I saw that scene, first of all, the crowd applauded where I was at. They applauded. In my head, I said, somebody's mad.
Yeah. I was so happy when I saw that. I was like, yes, I couldn't have asked for anything more because that scene was going so perfect with Rumlow and everything. And it's like, yeah, he knows.
Yeah,
totally knows.
100% facts. I like it when a movie, even though I would have really liked to see him fuck all them people up again. Number one, I've already seen that.
Right. I was like, man, I'm about to get another elevator scene.
Yeah,
pretty great right now.
I mean, it would be great, but you know what I appreciate? I appreciated they did something I would have never thought that he would do.
Yep.
I appreciate that.
He took the Tony route.
Yeah. And that's what I said when I said, if you notice, they kind of switch. As in, Cap started doing things a little unnobly to get what he was trying to get done. And Iron Man was being more noble in the situation.
You gotta think about it. Cap was cursing. He threw out a few goddamns. He's gonna get this.
And he said he had an American ass.
He threw out ass. No language.
He had to fight himself too.
Cap grew up. He understood every reference.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. He had to fight his classic self. The good old American self.
Yeah.
And, everybody now knows, and Cap v. Cap, Cap wins.
I'm waiting for all the DC heads to realize that was a Martha moment.
Oh, yeah, it was totally.
That was a complete Martha moment.
Well, no, it wasn't.
He said, Bucky!
No.
Bucky! Why'd you say that name?
He said, why'd you say that name? And guess what? He knocked his ass out. They didn't team up afterwards and hang out.
You're not wrong! You're not wrong!
He still went to accomplish the
You're
mission.
not wrong! But you know, people are going to bring that back to Martha. Oh, yeah. And that's okay! I'm okay with it.
Moment done right.
I'm okay
One wasn't going like, hey, I'm going to... this is the last thing I possibly do in my entire life is kill you. There was that
no, it's okay. But I just hear it come. But anyways, Captain America. So I like, so remind me, oh yeah, they failed to get the Tesseract.
They failed to get the Tesseract and the Scepter.
And then they had to go all the way back to 1970. Whatever.
It was the same camp.
No, it was 1970.
Yeah, it was the same camp that Captain America trained on.
Yeah.
So that I caught that as well. Shout out to the throwback Ant-Man hat.
Yep. The classic tin and everything. That was perfect. Shout out to the anti-aging technology with Hank Pym.
Amazing.
Like, holy shit, that's Michael Douglas.
Like, hey yo, man, Disney, if y'all ain't got a patent on that shit, like,
nah, there's got other people using that shit.
Not as good though.
Like, not as good, but it's out there.
Did you see that trailer for the Will Smith movie? He don't look.
Yeah, he don't look all that great. But I think it probably just.
What you said,
that tech from Disney's come a long way since Tron Legacy.
Yeah.
Why'd you remind me of that movie's existence?
Yeah, that did happen.
I like.
God damn it.
Yeah.
I was wondering what they were talking about because they were, Iron Man and Cap were talking to each other like, what about this time? Well, they're both there. And I was thinking, what were they talking about? Because they said both. So they were talking about the Tesseract and they grabbed more Hank Pym particles.
Yeah. They grabbed more Hank particles so you can go back later and they can do that.
So I was like, okay.
Because that's how Nebula was able to steal later to bring Thanos in the future. But, so they went back because they fucked up the first time. They ended up giving Loki the Tesseract so he was able to technically escape his death. Then we had them go all the way back where Tony essentially meets his dad. They run into, and we all know that Sister Girl eventually, she's the one who gets people to the moon. She's one of them.
Yeah. Real quick, I do want to shout out to Renee Russo, a.k.a. Thor's mom. Who...
Dude, so... Yeah.
Go ahead.
That scene with Thor and his mom.
So great.
That was beautiful.
I love that he's like, yes, I'm totally for the future.
Yeah. I can't lie to your mama.
She was like, I was raised by witches. Which is right, she's Frida.
Yep.
Like, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. She's like, I was raised by witches, boy. I know this shit when I say it. She's like, I'm totally for the future. And A sad fact, but true. Rene Russo had more screen time and lines than both films combined. Both Thor films combined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, she spent a lot of time getting stabbed in one of them.
But even in the first movie, in the first and second movie, she was just in the background.
Well, I mean, their big grab at the time they felt.
Movie they gave her a little bit more, but I mean, she definitely deserved more.
No, she was a page turner in that. She was a page turner in that. She was able to basically take Thor and put him on a whole nother level with one scene.
But having both Thor and Tony meeting their parents,
getting some resolution.
Yeah.
Getting some resolution. But I feel like there's still a hole that was missing there that was filled for both of them.
And I think that resolution also leads towards Tony in the end because, you know, his father's last thing was, I'd do anything for my kid.
Right.
And, you know, in the end, it's like, yeah, I mean, he, like you said, he had a totally selfless act.
Yeah.
It came beyond, he got it. Like, he's, you know, his dad also made the statement of, I wouldn't want my kid to be like me. You know what I mean? He said, so what's so wrong with that? And he talked about being selfish. Basically putting himself, you know, himself first. And I think that hit home with Tony because Tony saw that as being, you know, he didn't think his dad was a bad dad, but he saw that as a necessity of life.
Yeah.
And to hear his dad say that and realize, yeah, all those times you probably weren't there, all those things you were doing weren't, you know, for a bad reason.
And that's important. That scene I love because there's something that happens in that movie, in that part, especially at the end when they hug each other and go away. There's a part in that movie, that I think a lot of people caught, except for old girl Sakura. Shout out to Sakura, she's still here. Yeah. It is all connected now.
Why do people keep saying now?
No. Let me rephrase that. Some people want to see it. We know. But some people want to see it.
Let me explain. We've seen what's called Maria Hill and a couple other people on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show, and we see multiple people from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
You're right, but let me finish real quick. Jarvis from Agent Carter in the movie.
Yeah.
So that's Carter. No. At first, I'm with you. But someone's made a good point. Jarvis is the first character that did not debut on the film first. He's from the show.
Oh yeah.
And came over. That's the first time that's been done. And I had to think. And I was like, yeah, that was the first time.
Yeah.
And while I'm with both of you, as in like, I didn't need to see that to know it's true. It was a nod to people like Sakura who do care. Who did care for that. And like, they were all like, yes, I got it. I get it now. I got my one thing. Could it have been more? Yes.
See the chat right now saying, I got it.
Oh shit. Yeah. Shout out to Sakura. I see you with a new boo. Ow. She got a new dude now, parading him everywhere. I'm glad.
At the movies.
At the movies. I couldn't do it. Shout out to the dude because I wouldn't be able to do that. But if we went to the movies before, I'd be like, let's take a picture. I'm like, girl, get the phone.
All new pictures.
All new pictures, man.
Do that.
Man.
That's dope. But yeah, man.
Yeah, no, it's good. I love, like you said, I love the fact that it was Jarvis because I like the Jarvis actor. You already know Peggy's connected.
Yeah. One thing that I think a lot of people forgot because New Asgard was in Norway, and that to me is a reminder of Thor Ragnarok when you know that with Odin, and he said, "I'm off the coast of Norway. This could be a new home."
Yeah, well, he was also sitting there looking out.
Right.
When he handed over when he talked to Valkyrie. And yeah, that was a run back for that, and I thought that was good. But it's gonna be very interesting now that they've unsnapped. Like, you do realize half the population's back. You know, what was probably like, you know, hey, this is just an open house now. It was probably like, hey, bro, you need to raise about my spot. Bro, I could throw you halfway across this planet. You need to back the fuck up. Bro, but you playing my Xbox, bro. That's my Fortnite. What you done to my stats, bro?
Shout out to Taika returning as Korg.
Yep.
and Korg is wearing a pineapple shirt. Like dude always wears. He's always wearing some kind of fruity shirt.
Yep.
So that was a good thing I had caught as well. It was good to just see Korg because a lot of people have questions. Where the hell is Korg?
It's funny though because I could totally see them doing like a weekend at Thor Leafs and have have like Thor passed out, but in like the Odin sleep technically. Now he's Odin, and they're carrying him around trying to like talk about. Well, Thor says that you just need to go ahead and raise the crops. I guess that's perfectly fine, and keep pushing.
Can I get a cartoon based on the 5 years on some Clone Wars shit?
Yeah, probably. I mean, we're getting Disney Plus. I don't see why not.
Can I get that? Like for real? Like I can watch a whole because like shit's still going on.
Yep.
I would love to see a show called The Snatcher.
The Snapture. Well,
And
you saw Leftovers. You see Leftovers? That's basically the 5 years between the snaps. That's all the people who didn't hear about Thanos.
Like that's the show right there.
Yeah, you could just have a bunch of stuff showing Ronan going around killing a bunch of gangsters.
You could have that. You could show Rocket going to different planets, trying to find resources, trying to do things, not knowing what to do. There's a lot of
Captain
stuff.
Marvel dealing with different worlds.
Nailed it.
And, the whole, how do aliens, deal with that? And, her budding, loving relationship
And
with
can we
Rhodey.
kick people off the feed? Because Street 93 is saying he's going to get a pineapple pizza. Can we get him out?
Pineapples now. I need to get me some pineapple pizza.
Can we kick people off?
No.
No?
You're very welcome for pineapple pizza. You've eaten pineapple pizza on this show.
That was only because...
Because you were hungry and you wanted pineapple pizza?
No.
You bought it?
That's
over here?
not... Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not what happened.
You ate it.
No, you ain't. No. What I'm saying is don't put that lie on me. Don't put that lie on me.
You also are known on the show for saying Batman can beat up Taskmaster, Galactus, and Thor.
I don't recall. And my dad.
Could Batman?
And my dad.
Could Batman beat up Two-Hammer Thor?
Yes.
Well,
Hey, Ivy, relax.
Is he beating up? No, Two-Hammer Thor and Professor Bulk.
Yes, fuck it.
Batman's taking
Fuck it. Fuck it.
Shit.
Fuck it. Fuck it. Go ahead and get these niggas out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like get niggas out of here. All right, Batman will pick up both hammers.
Batman's twice as worthy.
Hey yo, chill.
Batman will take the hammer from Thor's hand by command. According to Tusk.
Hey, I'm gonna need you to relax in the UK.
What are you using, Batman?
Oh, man.
That'd be funny. He puts on a bat privilege glove. He just picks the hammer up.
Hey, Ivy, did you see Shazam?
I saw that today.
Nice.
It was awesome, though, right?
Fox.
Holy shit, was it cool.
It was good. It was great.
Did you have the ending spoiled for you with the Shazamily?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
Hey, fuck every dude who did that. I went off on a few people. I was like, dude, knock it the fuck off. Some of the actors were spoiling it. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Why are you doing this? You're pretty much ruining the end.
Yeah.
Don't spoil the Shazam game, nigga. Like what? I will admit, when Thor got the other hammer, I turned to my son and I said, "Oh, Cap's gonna lift that."
Yeah.
And he was like, "No way," because I'm thinking so far. I said, it seems like the Russos were paying attention to everybody's comments and was like, "All right, what do people want?"
Yeah.
And I said, "They're gonna give us what we want."
Yeah.
He's gonna pick up the hammer. And sure enough, the hammer gets lifted. Now, a lot of people were mad about that, and to each one of those people, I can say, "Shut the fuck up."
So I don't see how you can be mad about that. I mean, that moment was teased years ago.
Not just that, it's complete comic canon. Shout out to the Comic Crusaders who posted it. Mighty Thor number 390.
Yep.
Mighty Thor number 390. He picks up the hammer. He picks up the hammer of Secret Empire.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
He does. You know what's funny though? You know what it looked like?
I already know where you're going with this.
I'll post it on the screen.
And I can't hate it because it does.
Because it looks dope. Because, I mean, basically this was our, this is our Superman for the most part.
Is it?
Captain America was super as fuck.
Super soldier.
Super true.
But yeah, Captain America picking up the hammer. Oh, go ahead.
How can you be mad at Captain picking up the hammer?
Because
I don't understand that.
Because inside people's heads, for some reason, they really have Thor as like the best and strongest Avenger, and no one else can do what he does. I don't know why.
Yeah. Cap was on that Superman shit, bro. He was on that Kal-El.
He's the strongest Avenger.
I mean, the code wasn't strongest Avenger for him for a reason.
Yep. Because he ain't. He damn straight.
Like the whole idea of Mjolnir is, if you're worthy, yeah, you can pick it up. I mean, was there an outcry like this when Vision just fucking hands Thor his hammer?
Nope. There wasn't one. Go ahead.
They could shut the fuck up.
I mean, come on, let's keep it 100. Cap grew a beard and shaved the beard. He's basically the opposing Thor. When Thor started growing the beard out, he started shaving the beard. I mean, he knows what it is to be an Asgardian, all right?
And shout out to the Russos for keeping Thor fat for the fight.
Yeah.
To me,
I was actually wondering if when Thor goes into his, God mode, if all of a sudden he just gets into like tip-top shape.
Is that his own Shazam?
Because Oda had the Oda Force and he still had that belly, fam. That's part of having the Oda Force. You keep it right there in the tummy. The Oda Force is comprised of mead and apparently cheese whiz.
I mean, cheese and beer go well together, so it's oh, shit.
Got some nuts. Got some beer.
Adventures, Will as the new leader of the Guardians, right?
Is he finally gonna get it?
I like how he was just like, yeah, you're the leader. Yeah, you're the leader. And that's funny. I hope that's an ongoing thing. Cause let's be real, Quill is not running that team.
Oh no, not at all.
He's not. One could argue there really isn't a leader. They just do their own thing. Like no one's really. If anyone's a leader, it's Rocket.
He just sets up the heist.
And Thor even says that in Infinity War. He's like, clearly you are the leader, you little rabbit.
He's like, you're very... I love how he's called everything but what he is, really. Yeah. And finally, when someone says he's a raccoon, and then Hawkeye says, you know he's not really a raccoon. Like, it's kind of fucked up. He just called everything.
Dude, he just called a Build-A-Bear.
Yeah, Build-A-Bear until you started talking.
Oh god,
hilarious!
That shit was perfect. So let's go ahead. We got 20 minutes left. Let's go ahead and get to that final fight scene. Let's keep it 1,000. Thanos pulled the fuck up. There is nobody who has a better pull up than Thanos. My man literally pulled up in a fucking like planet destroyer, blew their whole place to shit, and then took a fucking seat outside with his helmet off and sword in the ground.
Oh, no,
and said, what do you do? I'm gonna wait.
No, here's what's great about that scene. Because Thanos did not underestimate his opponents. He did all that blowing up shit and said, oh no, that ain't it. They ain't done. I'm gonna go down there and wait for them. And you can tell there's probably other... go ahead.
How long did you think for a moment that Ant-Man was dead?
For a moment there.
Yeah.
For a moment there.
I was like, bro, you got hit by a missile, bro. There's no real... You don't have no powers to counter that. Oh, yeah, I guess you can shrink small.
I think he just shrunk small as shit. It's like, oh, shit, it's just light to me now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so quick. I was like, fuck, man.
No. Thankfully, the button's in an easy spot to press.
This is true.
Yeah, because think about it. If he was sitting around with his taco with his jeans on, he would have been fucked.
This is true. If I were him, I would just keep that suit on all the time.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I just
There's
keep
no reason. I found outfits to wear around it. You know what I'm saying?
Hulk holding up the building.
Yes. A throwback to like Secret Wars when he's holding up the mountain.
Yeah.
Hulk did all.
Awesome scene.
They did such a good job with that because they really showed that chaos. Hawkeye running out there like he gonna be in the next Madden. That man said, "Give me the ball, coach."
And speak. Go ahead, Abby.
He just never can catch a break, man.
Yeah. To me, Hawkeye is the hard luck hero. He's the one, like he has the most impractical weapon.
Yeah. This time he brought a sword though. He leveled up.
So he still ran from the motherfucker. They was like, "Now I'm out of here."
Bro, it's like, no, I want the smoke. What the fuck are you talking about? I ain't got no fucking magic hammer. What the fuck am I gonna do?
Now I know there's a scene that I don't know a lot of people caught, but I appreciated it. Hawkeye's running with the gauntlet.
Yeah.
He sees Black Panther. Black Panther addresses him by name.
Yep.
Yeah.
I appreciated that. Because at first he was like, "My name's Clint. I don't care."
Yep.
There's so many fucking small callbacks in this movie.
Yes.
Yes.
All these other movies. When Sam Wilson talks to Cap on the radio. On your left.
On your left.
Yep.
On your left.
Dude, I can tell you this. When they pulled up with the fucking whole crew, I had to lose a couple moments. I got teary-eyed. I was like, "Oh, this is just beautiful."
When he said "on your left," I grabbed my son like this. And I said, "He's about to say it."
Yep.
And my son was like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "He's about to fucking say it."
Yep.
And sure enough, he said it. I screamed. I did. I was like, People stood up. There was clapping.
That was so well shot. It was beautiful.
We waited 11 years.
That motherfucker assembled everybody.
That nigga really assembled. Like, he really pulled up. Like, nigga, when he said assemble, nigga, I mean assemble. Get all them wizards.
Yep.
I even saw some reavers, my nigga. Like, everybody pulled up.
Everybody pulled. They had multiple starships out there. All of Wakanda was on deck. M'Baku, you saw M'Baku running into the battle.
M'Baku just running out there.
Yeah, M'Baku was up there with Captain Panther. That's how
M'Baku just came out of nowhere. Then all of a sudden, there's a big giant black nigga running. That's enough for me. I'm running. Oh shit!
We got that.
Another little nod I saw. Because I watched it again. Because after I saw it the first time, I watched a bunch of the films again. One thing I caught that I really enjoyed: Wasp and Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Captain America tells him to do something, and Wasp says, "We're on it, Cap."
Yep. That callback. You call him Cap?
And that callback to him and Wasp.
Oh, yeah.
Like, now you know how I felt. That, like he said in the movie, she was like, "You call him Cap?" He's like, "In America, we're cool like that, right?"
Yep.
And she says, "We're on a Cap." All these little nods.
Yep. All the little throwbacks and the nods, and I mean every little thing they decided to go back and address, and it was perfect. And I personally loved how that whole battle. Basically, Thanos didn't look like he had an easy fight ahead. And Thanos took them hand to hand. Like, that is how you follow on both ends. That's how you follow a leader. Thor, Cap, Iron Man led the charge. They went at it alone, even with everybody else still buried in the building. Like, take this fight to him. That's still the fucking plan.
Absolutely.
Thanos, by himself, letting his armies get ready. Motherfucker pulls up. Tell me how savage that is.
Hey, listen, man. No, you're absolutely right. Hey, I want to talk to people online right now, or just people who are just randomly listening. You can now no longer say that Thanos used the Power Stone to defeat Hulk.
Oh,
you can't use that now because he had to use it against Captain Marvel because she was putting the paws on him.
Yep. He was like, "What is this? What is this?"
Like, he was like, "Oh shit!" Like,
I love how quick he was to be like, "Oh, okay, let's do this."
Like, I like how quick he was like, "Fuck this."
Oh no. Let's talk about the ultimate pull-up though. Scarlet Witch pulled up on that ass. Scarlet Witch was motherfucker, I delete realities, nigga. Because Scarlet Witch would have beat Thanos. Thanos was dead. She was tearing him apart.
Women make everything better. Shout out to the women really just pulling up. Like someone says, she's not alone though. Which is also another shot back to Infinity War. And I love how all the women work together for no reason at all. I don't care.
I don't care. They split up the battle entirely. You got something for me, son? Gave it to him, and it was every female. Old girl pulled up on a winged horse. Scarlet Witch flew back down.
Corey was there.
Corey popped up like,
nigga, I heard Beyonce Formation in the background. Like all the women got a formation. Like I was like, yes. Why this makes no sense?
Pepper pulled up in the squad.
I don't know.
I feel like everybody pulling up.
That was basically Disney saying, yo, y'all fucking with this? Y'all fucking with this? There's no way you're fucking with this.
They did Wonder Woman. We got how many female superheroes?
Yeah, let's get them all together. Like, y'all fucking with this concept? Like, that was just a dab. That was just a nod. Once again, I really feel like they were listening to people.
Yeah.
And they were like, yo, I think we're going to get A-Force. We should get A-Force. And they said, fuck,
Hill didn't pull up.
Fuck it, give them the A-Force. Fuck it. Just give it to them just for 2 or 3 minutes. Let's see if people are fucking with it. And sure enough, it seems like people are, and we need that A-Force movie.
Yeah.
Also love when Spider-Man activated his kill mode.
It's the kill mode!
It's the kill mode!
That was fucking amazing.
That was awesome.
That was fucking amazing.
I mean, that run, that last bit of, the kind of heist piece of the movie where they're trying to, they got the bag, they're trying to secure it. That was perfect. I mean, it was a great battle.
Why did Black Panther turn into Usain Bolt when he got that shit?
Oh, bro, that man was out.
My nigga was juking, okay?
I'm from Africa.
Oh, shit.
I am from Africa.
Oh, shit. My man was running a relay race with that
ghost on him.
And he was building up a hella kinetic energy.
That was so smart. Because, if you watch the Black Panther movie, you get why he's what he's doing. He's distributing all that freaking energy because he's taking hits on the way. He's delivering hits, he's taking hits.
Crusade is crazy. He said comic Crusade said he was moving like Shaquan Barkley. Careful, people think you're a sports podcast. People think you're a sports blog.
Oh, shit. The Olympic torch running comics. Yeah. I mean, literally, they ran the gauntlet. They said, what are you gonna do? We ran the gauntlet. Aha! They ran right through the gauntlet. And I gotta give props because, as a Thanos fan, I gotta say they put respect on my man's name. Because Thanos was handling everybody one by one. Yeah. And it's kind of funny that what Taz said, though, because the only people he didn't handle were two of the ladies. He couldn't handle, he had to pull out the jewel for Captain Marvel, and he killed almost his whole army to get Scarlet Witch off him. Because Scarlet was taking that life. And she pulled up, she said, he was like, I don't even know, she said, you took everything from me. She said, I don't even know who you are. You gonna know me. You gonna know, she turned into an 80-year-old black woman at that moment. Listen, with a belt, like, you gonna know with a belt. 80-year-old black woman with a belt, you gonna know the fuck I am, son.
Hey, yo, listen,
because if you remember in Infinity War, she was holding him back for a good minute with one hand. And at that point, he had 5 of the stones.
Yep.
Hey, we fucking with which movie if they decide to do so? I think she made a good case.
She made a good case, but well, we gonna get A-Force. We gonna get her a solo movie.
Would we be okay with her leading?
Yeah.
They're doing the Scarlet Vision show.
Yeah.
If we don't have Storm, I'm okay with her leading.
Okay.
The only way I take her off is if we have Storm, because Storm's a natural leader. And
I agree. Comic Crusaders brought up She-Hulk. Look, man. Look at Universal, bro. If Universal is smart, they should play ball.
If Universal is smart, they do like Sony did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Play enough ball to collect
Play
that ticket money, yeah.
Play ball.
You're absolutely right.
Why not? Give me at this point, I've learned to stop saying, why should? I need to start saying, why not? Why should it?
Yeah.
What are you going to lose from this?
Between Professor Hulk and She-Hulk, let's keep it 100. that's a total show right there. Because one, you have She-Hulk defending the Hulk. You have the Hulk that's more reasonable about his actions. So him wanting to go back and potentially, take account for what he did. Especially because, right now, it's looking like the Infinity Stone cauterized him. Because, technically, you're like, oh, well, he should heal. Technically, Thanos should heal. Well, Thanos wasn't healed much either. You got to think, the Infinity Stones could be power enough to permanently damage. Plus, it's gamma.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
So the damage done by the gamma might make it harder for him to heal.
I was wondering, since he isn't 100% Hulk mode, could that be a reason why he had to fully heal?
That could also be it.
See, that's what I was thinking a little bit too.
Or they could go down the road and, he could go down gamma treatments to heal, what has been destroyed. But at the same time,
lots of more questions.
But I think that's reasonable because they said it's so gamma related.
Yeah.
And it's so powerful.
Yeah.
That it could hurt anyone and anything.
Absolutely. Let me ask you something, Ivy. Was there any things that you thought could have been done better?
Nothing really comes to mind.
Okay.
If maybe I could catch something after I watch it again.
Mm-hmm.
But all I can really say is the best comic book movie ever made.
Damn. Absolutely. What the hell is that? What did you bring up here?
I'm gonna go back and see it again.
I
got to reverse time real quick.
I am going to see it again. I'm just waiting until I go see everything else that's out right now too.
What else are you trying to see?
That makes sense.
I'm still gonna go see Hellboy.
You're gonna like Hellboy. I already know you're gonna like Hellboy.
Yeah. I've met one person so far out of probably 15 people I've talked to that liked it, so there's a chance. And it's funny because during the conversation, he started talking himself out of liking it. He's like, oh, but they have this one character, she was dope in fucking comics. I was like, oh, yeah, so she's pretty cool in things. She's like, no, she was barely there and she didn't really do much. Yeah, I guess that wasn't really the biggest time to it. I was like, damn, bro. Come on.
Even the actors aren't promoting Hellboy. Like,
bro, Hellboy's done.
Was barely any promotion done for Hellboy.
Let's keep it 100. Hellboy already had its entire run in the box office.
Damn. Can we check to see how much it's made? Has it at least made its money back?
No. I don't even need to get there. Hellboy 2019 box office.
No.
Let's see. It's made $21 million.
Nigga, come on.
So let's go with.
It's not even making half.
Bro, it dropped by 65%. That's what I said. It made $15 million the first weekend, made $5 million the second weekend. Now Endgame's here.
And then we got Pikachu in a few weeks. That shit's done.
Pikachu in a few weeks.
That shit's done.
Oh, then followed up by Aladdin 2 weeks after that. Bro, ain't no room for it. It should have been a Halloween movie or a Christmas film.
Damn.
Now you got to go against Star Wars at Christmas, so you don't want that smoke. Yeah, it should have been Halloween.
It should have came out in January like it was supposed to.
Why did it get pushed back? Why didn't it come out in February?
Because it was bad. Captain Marvel did.
Weird.
Didn't she?
Like we know it got pushed back, but we never really knew why.
I wonder if they weren't even done with it. Well, what I heard is they did reshoots, but David didn't come back. He's like, motherfucker, I'm doing Stranger Things.
Yeah, I'm doing stuff that's gonna get me paid, not hurt my career.
Like I know that a lot of films they always like schedule like reshoots.
Mm-hmm.
Like they always have reshoots in mind to schedule, but I'm guessing that in this movie's case, like these were reshoots that were not foreseen.
Yeah.
Like Phoenix and New Mutants and
speaking of which, why are you brainwashed and thinking that X-Men Dark Phoenix is gonna be good?
I'm still gonna watch it, but there are things about this one where I'm just kind of like, and it's mostly because of Simon Kinberg?
Yeah.
I just saw like the thing yesterday about him moving the fight from space to a train. I was like, how does that sound cool?
Dog, the film isn't even out yet, and they're already copping pleas.
Yeah.
They're already like, see what had happened was.
See, I don't know what you guys are talking about. This is going to be probably the best X-Men film that's come out. And I know that's not saying a lot, but you got to remember, Mystique, Jennifer Lawrence, she's supposed to die early on.
That's worth admission.
That right there makes it one of the best in a long, at least out of this series. I mean, is she
an applause in the movie for that part?
Right. And I mean, we know what happens. Essentially, Sansa spends enough time with Daenerys that she learns how to talk to the Lord of the Light. And the Lord of the Light visits her after she becomes an X-Man later.
The Lord of the Light?
Yeah, the Lord of the Light. You watch Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah. I haven't watched the last episode, but I got you.
You haven't watched the episode? Dude, you know what you missed? A lot of talking.
I heard this last episode wasn't that great.
Neither of the last two episodes to me were great. Like, you could take both episodes, make them one short episode, and be done with it.
Damn.
Like, one of the big problems with Game of Thrones right now is, like, they promised that they're going to do longer episodes, and both the last two episodes have been 55 minutes. They're like, no, this week.
No, this is the one.
It's going to be the one.
I'm hearing this.
I waited 2 years, and I'm only getting 6 episodes in the first fucking place. You better hope you get to the fucking one.
I'm hearing the next one is
like,
the
how
one.
you going to give everybody 2 years and you going to have, 2-hour episodes? But anyway.
That's all good. I hate J-Law's Mystique, and I love J-Law and Mystique.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Mystique is bad. And you know what you could tell about her, and this is what I fucking hate, is that she's not as big as she was when the last couple X-Men movies came out.
Facts.
Now, all of a sudden, with the Disney buyout and everything, you notice she real fucking blue in this movie.
She does not give a fuck about that role, man.
No, you can tell she give a fuck about that bag, though. So now she's like, oh shit, you going to Disney? That bag gonna get bigger, and I'm not
talking about it.
I'm not a big. So now she's like, I would love to continue to play Mystique. I would love to. Before I got a problem with the makeup, motherfucker. I'm J-Law out here, motherfucker.
Here's the
My
problem.
movies. I'm act with Bradley Cooper, motherfucker.
You nailed it. But here's the problem. When she was cast as Mystique for First Class, she wasn't big yet. But then during that time, in between that one and Days of Future Past, for some reason she got really, really popular.
She got hungry and played a game.
Now she got so now she's like the face of everything. They started shoving her in more and more. But now, more and more films later, no one cares about her anymore. Like nobody gives a shit.
This is how bad the makeup is on her. She looks like a for Dark Phoenix. Her makeup looks like what you find out of concept art for Avatar.
Facts. Facts. I've seen YouTube motherfuckers do better makeup than that. I've seen women in the hood use better hair and got their edges looking great better than what they got her looking like. What the fuck is that? Like, Mystique deserves better, and she's a fucking villain. Cindy, not Cindy, but Meryl, please, are you on Twitter? Let us know. We got Meryl, please, talking to us on here. Thank you for joining us. Bag secured. She's actually smurfing. I think it's funny.
Real talk though, we had anyway, we're all drifting off on that.
Yeah.
So Endgame, and probably gonna run a little over because the movie was 3 damn hours long.
Yes, it was.
So we have the final fight. We have Thanos. He's essentially whooping everybody's ass still. Apparently, one Thanos is worth like a whole squad of Avengers, damn near.
And which you should.
Which it totally should. So then we have the ending of the movie where Iron Man ends up looking over Strange and realizing what has to be done, as we talked about a little earlier.
Yeah.
Iron Man gets the gauntlet, and Iron Man gets himself the freshest Audi anyone's ever seen. Like, he's the gauntlet, realizing, fuck all this, I'm gonna drive off my kid. No, he sacrifices himself, and I don't know what his complete thing was, other than he wiped Thanos and his army. So I'm not sure how far his wish went out, because Hulk had already brought everybody back. So that's why we had the big pull up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Prior to, so Hulk and Tony technically end up saving the day. Hulk brings everyone back and lives through it because like Thanos, he's ridiculously powerful.
Yeah.
Tony ends up taking the hit, and he has a very sad little ending to it.
I love when Thanos realizes that he lost. He didn't get sad or angry or depressed. He just had a seat.
Yep, he sat the fuck back
He
down.
was just like,
Because you got to think about it at the same time. Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead. What are you
I
gonna
was
say?
gonna say at the same time you got to think about it. He also knows he won. There was a reality where he won.
I mean, to me, yeah, you're right. I'll expound on that. He's been saying throughout the whole movie, I'm inevitable. I'm inevitable. To me, the damage is still done.
Yeah.
And people are going to be talking about this for years. For example, all those resources have been halved now too, because it's been 5 years.
Yeah.
So now all these people are back.
The world is still kind of in a kind of shitty state.
The world is in a worse state now.
Yeah.
And that's what I was thinking. One of the things you might get out of this movie going forward is what happens when we get the Church of Thanos. Because you have to think about all the people, now that people are back. All the people like we saw with the Cap movie. People were trying to move on in relationships.
Yeah.
People were moving on in life. You got to think about all the jobs and businesses that had to be stopped.
This is a whole
They
other
had
show.
to go, and all these people
This is a whole other movie.
Think about
It's
Peter.
a show, yeah.
If Peter and all his friends weren't snapped, there are people who graduated.
But that's
5
what I'm
years
saying,
is
because
enough time
people
to get
were
out of high school.
mad. That's what people were mad about. They're like, oh, so does Far From Home, does that take place in the future? Does that take place in the future? So he's still in that grade in the future? Yeah, nigga, he didn't age and death.
Yeah. So, and that technically just means all his close friends, Flash Thompson, Mary Jane, everybody else, they all got snapped.
What about the friends that didn't get snapped? Now they're grown.
Yeah.
Look at fucking yeah.
Yeah, but think about what that also gives us. That also gives us a chance for new villains that came out of
Facts.
that area and that
Big
school,
facts. Look
that
at
life, that time.
Look at Ant-Man's daughter. Ant-Man's daughter is now grown.
Yeah. Cassie Lang about to be stature.
That's funny.
Like Vulture and Scorpion, who knows what they were doing if they didn't get snapped.
Well, yeah, they could have easily got out. You think about it, the prisons would it be half-staffed? Prisoners could outnumber. I mean, because it wasn't like just half of everybody. Some people was disproportionate. That's what Hawkeye was going around doing. Hawkeye was going around. So many people got snapped and you didn't. I'm here to rectify the fucking problem. Because you got to think, his whole family. Like, you're 1 of 5, and that's disproportionate as fuck to you. Mm-hmm. I mean, you got to think about it. You had 3 kids, you didn't get to keep one?
It didn't matter who you were. It just happened to you or it didn't.
Thank God it didn't happen to Captain Marvel.
Yeah. Black Ice had a good point, too. If Miles didn't get snapped, he's older now. If Miles didn't get snapped, he's older now, and now could be the same. Now.
Yo!
Yeah.
Yo! Did you hear that, Ivy? Yeah, that Miles should probably be the same age now.
Yeah. It's about the same age.
Yeah. Wow.
I think, so also at the end of the movie, at Tony's funeral, you know how the camera was like going towards all the different groups of people.
Yeah.
That teenager kid in the back, that's supposed to be the kid from Iron Man 3, right?
That is him. Yeah. That is the actual guy.
It's a throwback for a couple things. It's a throwback to eliminate that theory that was Spider-Man early on.
It's the potato kid. It's the potato kid from Iron Man 3. It's the same actor who's grown. Because that was, what, 5 years ago? No, that was 6 or 7. No,
when they filmed it versus when it actually came out, it's probably been about 7 years.
Yeah, so that kid's probably like 19 to 20 now. So, yeah, that was him. But a lot of people are asking who that was.
Yeah. Most definitely.
I assumed that's what it was because I was like, that's the only character I can think of.
Yeah.
Because I also recently, I rewatched all the movies.
Yeah.
So did I. I had to go back, and I'm glad I did.
Did he have a name? Because what if they throw him out and make him Nova?
You want him as Dick Rider?
Who knows? He has a tie into that squad now, and he's a regular human.
I would be okay with him being Dick Rider.
You know what I mean? Like, what if he had something like, that Tony left him, like a little helmet, and taps into something
Who's
else.
that? Dillip Mysteries? Thank you for joining us. All the way from across the pond. We got a few people from across the pond with us.
Out in London, not too far from you, in Manchester.
How far is Manchester from London?
What's that?
How far is Manchester from London?
Bloody
I
far.
think it's about a half-hour ride on the train. I'm actually going to London next weekend.
Oh, nice. Who are you out there with? Are you out there solo?
I'm Also with one of the friends that lives outside of Manchester out here.
Okay. Are you gonna go see Newest while you're out there?
I'm gonna try to, because he lives, I think, roughly about 45 minutes outside of London.
Okay.
And so hopefully he'll be free next weekend to link up for like maybe just even a day. But yeah, dude, it's just been like it's really all I've been thinking about over the last day it was just this movie.
we gotta wrap up. So I want to ask you one last thing. Yeah. Our thoughts on Sam Cap. Because I didn't think they were going to do that.
I was surprised, and and then I remembered, oh wait, yeah, because they call Bucky White Wolf, so like, because Bucky, he's not Winter Soldier anymore. He's just Bucky. So I'm definitely interested in seeing him take on the White Wolf mantle for the MCU. That can be very cool to see. And yeah, I thought it was really cool to see Sam get the shield.
Yeah, see, I don't know. My lady kind of pulled out something that I thought was kind of weird about it. Regardless of Sam getting the shield or not, the scene was kind of odd because it's like, all right, you got your like lifelong buddy that you know since you were kids and everything, and he pulls up to dude who, like, has recently known you. Was like, go ahead, bro. Like, it would have made more sense if they both went, regardless of who they gave the shield to. But, even if Sam was supposed to take the shield, but it just kind of seemed like, dude, that's your homie from, like, kids, bro. You know how many times he saved you from getting your ass whooped? And then you got Captain Falcon, who's known you a lot less time? I mean, you didn't literally fight the U.S. government for Falcon. Why did he let you pull up? Like,
are we measuring their friendship? Is that what it is?
It just seemed odd.
Is that what we're doing?
Pull up, bro. Go ahead.
So he's not waiting.
Let's keep it 100.
He's not waiting. Is it because he's black?
No. It's because Cap fought the U.S. government for that nigga.
So what? So did Falcon.
And you could just both walk up. I mean, the fact that he would just like go ahead just seemed kind of odd.
No. I don't see Bucky wanting to be Cap. I don't see that. I don't see this.
No, hold up. I said it didn't matter who gave it. I could still see them giving the shield to Sam.
Okay,
totally makes sense.
So what's your issue?
I'm just saying the fact that the scene was kind of odd because just Sam walked up.
Okay.
Go ahead. Okay. Because they didn't know. You know what I mean? They didn't know what happened. So it made more sense. They both walked up like, hey, buddy. And then, they had a conversation or whatever, and he told them kind of both what happened, and then he just hands the shield over to Sam, and Bucky nods. Then it would have made sense. Because I don't think Bucky needed or wanted the shield. But at the very same time, him not walking up and be like, go ahead, Sam, just kind of like, wait, hold up, bro, this is like your lifelong friend. They will both walk up to your old ass. For whatever reason, has not worked out one day since you went back.
Yeah, he's right. Shout out Dylan. He says, a question up to task. The shield is given to Falcon. So do we assume Falcon is the new Captain America? I would...
Plus, besides, let's keep it 100. Winter Soldier became Cap before Sam became Cap.
I can agree with that. Here's what I think. I don't see him taking the Captain America name. I still see him being called Falcon. He just has Cap shield. And I don't know if this is probably your first time watching the show. We've been saying that for years.
Yeah.
I said straight up, he could still be Falcon, but he had the shield, knows how to throw it. He could just have the shield. There's more than one Cap shield.
And this Falcon, unlike the comic book Falcon, is actually in the military. So he can actually call himself Captain America.
These are facts.
He can function everything.
I think Disney will try and get all this solo stuff on streaming channels, lower cost than movies. They will always have movies, but they're just going to stream on there, and that's fine.
A question up to task.
That's what I just read.
Okay, yeah. Let's see.
Big facts. Ivy, let's see. Oh shit, we're way over. Ivy, I want to thank you for joining us, man. It's always a pleasure.
No.
Yeah. Go ahead and shout out your Twitter name again so people can know.
Oh yeah, it's Ivy182. And just feel free to talk to me on there about comics and movies and whatnot. And I will probably disagree on some things.
Absolutely, and that's okay.
I remember I said this to you on Twitter recently. I don't know if you saw it though, whatever. But I kind of because this goes back to our first interaction.
Okay.
After my recent rewatch of the MCU films, I want to apologize on some of the things I have said about Civil War.
The film? Or the comic?
The movie.
Okay. What were your issues with Civil War?
Like back then, I remember seeing it. I just remember just not liking it as much coming out of it.
Okay.
And I don't know what happened, but I when I rewatched it, I was like, this movie's pretty fucking good, actually.
You were a hating ass nigga back then, and that's okay.
He was hating.
No, I'm fucking with you. It's not a perfect film, but especially after I watched it a bunch of times. I'm glad you have a better acceptance of it.
Yeah. But I'll still say that I still enjoy Thor 1 the most out of that trilogy.
And that's a good time to end it right there.
Thank you for tuning in. That is Ivy 182.
That is Ivy 182, like Blink 182.
And it was wonderful. We'll talk to you again soon, online mainly.
Hey man, enjoy London, man. We gonna meet again, okay?
Yeah.
Hey guys, take it easy.
Hey, you too, man. Peace.
Peace out.
Always a pleasure to have Ivy on the show.
Absolutely.
For those of you who are new here, we do this every Saturday, 11 a.m. Pacific. We our whole saying here: talk to us, we talk back. I'm all about communication. Don't let the shit online, like people saying, "Oh, I'm the worst." It's not like that. People just don't like my opinions, and that's okay. Like, me and this guy disagree all the time. And if you're new, me and Ivy disagree on everything. But we're still friends. I hate BBS. He considers BBS like the Bible.
Oh, what's funny is you both agree on Endgame, though.
That's okay.
Endgame has brought you together.
That's what I'm saying. Like, at this point, like, no Endgame slander shall prosper. I had a few people come online and say they didn't like it. I didn't even acknowledge them.
Yeah.
Like, no. I respect opinions except for those.
People said they didn't like Endgame?
Oh, yeah.
In America? Or on this planet?
Yeah.
Did they speak? Did they watch it maybe in a different language and couldn't understand it?
I have no clue. I don't know.
Because, I don't know. I mean, my only things that I could potentially, just gripe about is that, things that I figure they'll resolve over time, or that the movie was so good I didn't really care. And that's just the little time holes. And that's because I like to dig into movies.
Yeah.
And, they created a lot of paradoxes. There's a lot of strings out there that could go different routes because they have fun with that timeline.
Once again, before we go, Meryl, please, I don't think I got your Twitter handle if you do have one. Dylan Mystery, I don't have yours. Please post your info so we can talk to you.
Or follow us.
Follow us. It's all about communication with us. I like to talk to people. I talk back all the time. It's crazy to me because people are like, wow, you actually responded to me. I'm like, look, man, I ain't one of those people, man. We all human. We dudes, man. We people. We people, man. I don't consider myself too big to talk to someone, bro. Like, you talk to me, I'll talk back. Like, what up? As long as you're not a dickhead. But even if you're a dickhead, I might call you a dickhead and then tweet it for everybody. Yeah. Like, shut the fuck up, bro.
Talk to us on Twitter. Come talk to us on here. This whole idea is supposed to be like a comic shop where you can come in, we can talk to other people like comics, and we talk back to you.
So I already know you. You good, man. We good. There's new people on here. Yeah. Shout out to everybody.
Follow us on Twitter up there. Just go ahead and hit the follow buttons. Enjoy it.
Enjoy it.
If for whatever reason you tuned in this episode and you didn't see Endgame, go see it. If you have seen it, go see it again.
Why the hell
if you've seen it twice, go see it one more time, or at least two more times, because it is that good. And try not to spoil it for people online. Give it at least a week or two before you start dropping stuff. But other than that, it's your boy, Phony Toast. Toasted with the most.
Task the American ass. Somebody got mad at me for posting Task the American ass.
That's a spoiler.
How is it a spoiler?
Because you're going to be looking for the words American ass throughout the film.
How would you know that it's from the Endgame? You don't. Stop it.
Yeah,
Stop
but
it!
then you throw it back. Oh, that was that joke, and it doesn't have the same punch.
Come on, Sekra. Sekra is never on my side.
Okay, look, if multiple people say it's a spoiler,
Sekra is not on. Well, Sekra doesn't like me. Sekra is mad at me. How are you not on? Come on, man.
Because you know, you wouldn't have put that down if you didn't see the movie, and you put it down right after you saw the movie, so somebody knows it's coming. Yeah, yeah. That's how it goes. That's how it works, man. Spoil it.
Kaiju said LOL, so that means he agrees. He just doesn't want to say anything.
No, he knows.
But yeah, if you
ENDGAME will say Captain Marvel's Eunice. Nah, she blitzed that motherfucking shit.
no, she got that nigga out of here.
And not only that, she destroyed the fucking like Starship Enterprise and shit. What the fuck?
He's got a point. No, he doesn't. Dylan Mystery says, "Okay, guys, last question. Hurry up. We gotta wrap up."
All right.
Okay,
Probably got tickets to go see it again.
I do.
Which most moment hit you the most? For me, it was everybody pulling up. When they opened, when he did it on the left, and they opened all the circles, and we got everybody together, that for me was like, that was the moment of everything.
Mine was when that was too. It would have been that part, but mine was when Pepper told Iron Man, "You can rest now.
Yeah, that was
You
sweet.
can finally rest." Because I got that. Like, the other people that are just saying, "Oh, you can just die now," or something like that. But to me, I got that. Like, this guy hasn't had a good night's sleep since he flew into a wormhole.
He's still gonna get one he did.
All right, I want to thank you guys all for joining us.
Last night before he got
Make sure you guys follow us up on here. Yes, that does say black person.
It does.
It does. Once again, it's Tash, the old nerdy bastard.
Only toast, the toast with the most.
See you guys all online. Peace out.
Peace.
Go see Endgame again.
We'll see. Yes.
If you can find tickets. Fucking Eli.
Yeah, he can't see it for days.
Eli said he can't see it.
This has its own magic.